How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my series with my lovely boyfriend.
Hello.
Mwah, where I show him Marvel Rivals character designs for him to analyze and critique from an artistic standpoint. Now, he's a comic artist, he's an art teacher, he's got a lot of insight, and I've learned a lot going through this roster with him, and I'm excited to show him the next thing. She of many complaints from the fan base, Psylocke.
Butterfly Ninja.
Yep. This is not the Psylocke from the main comics. This is the Peach Momoko Demon Days Psylocke, which is, again, a comic set in medieval Japan, following Psy here, and her battles with, I believe the villain of her initial run is the Peach Momoko version of Venom, Orochi.
I was just reading her lore bits, like the power to psychotic, like manifest weapons with her mind. And I was just like, so you're saying her mutant ability is that she's obsessed with being a ninja and can manifest no other things because it's her special interest?
I mean, to be fair, she'd have the mutant power of giant battle axes if she were Norse.
True. It just sounds like specifically very funny when they specify it as it's because of her mutant ability. You know, they could maybe say it's like maybe her mutant ability, she can absorb weapons and then like reuse them. But no, it's just like she just manifests them with the power of her mind. Imagine Xavier being in here, we're like, why is there so many shurikens in here? How many do you have?
Not in her room, in her head.
Yeah, in her head. Not in her room. Like psychonically in her head, like, let's check in on Psylocke. Why are there so many daggers and shurikens? Psylocke, this is too much. Kind of interesting though when you're telling me this is the Peach Momoko version, because the color palette's pretty different from the other ones, which are more muted. Because the other ones, in general, they tend to go for like kind of an olive green, a little bit of a toned down yellow. The reds usually stay pretty bright, but they're usually not magenta like this one is. It's very pinky red. So it's kind of interesting how different it is, which makes me curious because it makes me wonder, did they like tweak it to kind of fit with the Marvel Rivals color palette a bit more than like what her comic run would have been? Because
this is her default skin and she was a launch hero.
Yeah.
So it could be.
Because at least compared to like the other Momoko designs, which feel very illustrative and probably in line with probably whatever her actual style is, this one feels kind of like a little different. But it could be done on purpose too. I don't know what the context, because I never read Demon Days. So it could be like the thing where you make the main character different in color to make them stand out amongst the same colored cast. You know, you see that a lot in different like anime, like Vash the Stampede's giant red jacket. He's the only character in a giant red jacket, so even if he's a little speck on the horizon. And the same with Full Metal Alchemist, also a red coat. Alucard, red coat. There's like a trend going on. But also worked with like Naruto's orange jumpsuit. You know, there's just like some things that they just give one character and only one character so that they're very definitive amongst the greater cast, with maybe some things they share in common, like the headbands in Naruto, they all had them. So yeah, it just makes me a little curious. It's got a little bit of the asymmetry, you know, classic ninja look, where they have like the wrappings, but then like the sash and the garment is only on one side, because, you know, rugged battle, muscles, you know, samurai sexy. Can we call that style? Samurai sexy? And then like a little bit of like the shawl cloak, you know, like hidden half mask. Hide the face a little bit so it's mysterious. Another classic ninja shinobi style. I like the big wide belt and the texture of like weaving it together. Gives it a little bit of a different feel than the scarf. And then lots of leather, but it's almost done in like the way some traditional armors are, where like there's like two panels that are kind of wrapped together with a belt, and they kind of like protect the thighs, but they also go up the waist a little bit. Because you also want to protect the very vital areas of the waist, but you need some flexibility. So they do some layering of the armor instead. I like the pattern on the garment too. It's like this.
Yeah, the butterflies.
No, yeah, they are. I saw it in like a little flower shape, but they're almost flowery and butterfly shaped. Because there are only 4 petals, but like the texture treatment is a lot like a flower.
True.
It's kind of cool. I think they on purpose are mixing the two ideas. It's definitely a butterfly, but it's done in like the style that flowers are drawn quite commonly. This is a nice mix to me of modern design with like the leather and the big metal pieces and rivets and traditional. I think it's done really well. It feels very seamless and doesn't feel like in some cases where they do combine two, but they feel like they're two things mashed together rather than incorporated together. So I feel like that's done really well. Should we give her a spin and see what the back of her outfit's kind of looking like? Well, they kind of made the back look a little more skirt-like because they let the garment go a little lower and then the armor piece is a little higher. That's kind of a...
Check something.
Oh, the belts kind of formed the X shape on her back. The ones that kind of wrap around the front and just kind of float there.
Yep.
And a little bit of metal riveting. I think what's kind of cool though, so I was talking about the mix of modern and old school, is like the rivets would on a modern garment probably be round grommets and stuff, but in this one they're kind of like faceted spikes, which makes it feel a bit more, because you don't get a faucet unless you're like handcrafting it or like, you know, hammering each side of it. You can manufacture them that way, but it's not efficient, so it's not common to see anything besides flat or round for rivets. So I feel like that brings it, like, you know, kind of meshing the two ideas. The arm piece is kind of interesting too, because I did like this cutouts, so it has this nice thick line, which I think is on both arms.
Yep.
I think it just kind of brings more purple into her outfit because she has very purple hair and not very much purple on her outfit. But the blue is very, it's really close to more purple because I see it in the shadows. And then the high key parts are closer to cyan too, so there's this nice gradient and variety in the blue colors. I like the repetition too on the gauntlets where there's kind of like these stripes of black and then like dot 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 with the kind of blue pieces. That also reminds me of some of the armor pieces too, in like samurai armor, because theirs is styled very different than European armor because they didn't really get to the point where they did full plate, because there wasn't really a reason to, because the armors that they had put together were so well crafted. They did very well with what they were meant to do based on the materials they already had. And it was lighter too, so there was no point to be like, oh yeah, take this really tough amazing armor and then make it heavier out of metal. Be like, that'd be silly. But just like the way things are woven together in some of those armors are really cool. There's a little bit of warmth in the belt area too, I just realized, because the dark gray with the red stripes is more of a warm brown.
Yeah.
Just ever so slightly. And on the little shoulder piece, which is a little more modern, kind of reminds me of sports gear sometimes, where they have kind of like these pop outs and textures and things because they're usually made out of plastic or other material that has to flex. And there's some more dark grays there that are more purpley. A lot of cool mixing around of the neutrals in this. Because like I said, there's like the warm brown. I see a very cold bluish gray for the gauntlets. The actual skirt I think is toned down a little bit more so it still appears gray and the lighting makes it more bluish. And then a lot of purples. The whole outfit is actually kind of tilting towards cold, because even the pinkish reds, that's tilting it more towards cold. The only really warm is on the sword. You see how it goes to like full red and red-orange?
Yep.
That makes it also like pop out. The gold's nice too. There's not a lot of gold, but it's just here and there. So that kind of puts everything squarely into almost a primary color palette, except for the purple. But I think they just really kept the cool colors throughout, for the most part. There's even like a little bit of like purpley, really toned down purple in like the bottom of the sword and the emblem of the butterfly flower. I really think it's cool how abstracted they make that. Because it is a butterfly, but it makes it look very flowery.
Mm-hmm.
There's also more like light lavender in the tips of her hair too. Yeah, a lot of really subtle little choices, especially in the neutrals. But also playing around with like the brightness and saturation of colors, so that everything kind of meshes well, and so that things that need to recede back are receding back, like the gloves, and things that are supposed to be more eye-catching and poppy, like the clothing and the scarf, are more highly saturated. By the time the scarf goes to the end, it's really cold too. They just like magenta again. You can see it goes kind of purpley.
Mm-hmm.
Is her powers in front kind of that pinkish purple too? Yeah. That seems to be like her special effect color, is like a very pink purple.
Yep.
Which makes it stand out pretty well with all the blues, but not like become unharmonious with it. Oh, her, I forgot what that piece of the sword is called. The guard.
The,
Yeah, it's a guard. The guard is also the same shape as the butterfly flower.
Oh, so it is. Kind of looks like Navi.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of the similar motifs too. They're just like repeating the shapes. It makes you kind of want to look around and see if there's any more. They're more hidden. Oh, her stockings have the same cutouts as her arms.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm not sure how I feel about the boots that are actually
The open toe.
open toe. That kind of defeats the purpose of boots.
The exact opposite of steel-toed boots.
I think that one is one they should have either committed to having boots or committed to having the shinobi sandals. I forget what their actual name is, but we all know, like the socks with the wooden sandal.
Togi or something? Toby, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't take that with a grain of salt, because I don't remember. I do know the name, but as soon as you mentioned you don't know the name, it flew out of my head.
My disease is spreading. But I have seen it, and I do know usually when it's paired with shinobi or ninja-like characters, that because of the way you have to balance on some of those, that sometimes they emphasize the balance part to kind of emphasize the skills of the character themselves. Because, you know, they have to be so skilled and balanced to, you know, commit martial arts and fight on these two little stilts, you know.
Tabi, T-A-B-I, that's the name.
And the way that you have to balance on them. And I think another idea part of it too was that it was to keep your feet from touching the ground as much too. So you'd be just like, you know, tread lightly kind of thing. And just, it's so weird looking now that I've noticed it. Because I'm thinking like if they put like some like foot wrappings or something, or change the bottom of the boot to look more like the sandal, I think that could have been a little better, but I liked a lot of the rest of it. Think about the shapes used here too, because I see a lot of squares in general. There's like a little bit of circles, but I see it like on the belt buckles, the silver ones. I see it on the ends of the outfit itself, and the little floaty straps there. You can probably consider her scarf as basically a square, when you think of it as a silhouette. It's also squared on her gauntlets too. So yeah, I think squares were used a lot when they were doing design for her as a character, with a little bit of roundness, but not a lot of it. If they were doing something round, it was more for rhythm or flow, like the way it goes over her arm, or the way her sash kind of moves, or like the way things curve around form. So the curves are there to create these lines, like this one with the big fat belt that goes like kind of lines and goes up. So not a lot of curves, but just enough that they're usually there to either show form or create some kind of action line, through lines. Should we see what else her other outfits have done with this? I think it's a pretty solid start for a default outfit.
All right. Well, her default recolor.
Ooh, I like that recolor a lot.
Is that pink or orange?
Orange. That's coral.
Oink.
It's coral. But it's coral red is a very orange red, but it's a little bit on like the lighter side, so it comes out a bit pastel-like. It's a nice mix with this though, because the other pinks are pretty much solidly in the red category with a slight shift towards purple in some areas, like the end of her the stripe on her garment and a little bit on the bracer. It's a little more purpley, but that kind of is okay because her head turned from kind of a cold purple to warm purple. It's like a red violet now compared to where it was before. Does she still have lighter hair on the ends of the... Oh, it's just more saturated rather than lighter. I mean, it's technically a little lighter because the other purple, sorry, not red, but the other purple is so dark. But the other one, it felt like the purple was kind of like medium in value, and then it went lighter. And this one, they're not. The medium is highly saturated, and then the other one is just darker.
Do you want to know something horrible I just noticed?
What?
It's not just her toes that are exposed, it's her heels as well.
Yeah, I saw that too. But it just feels weird that it's definitely a boot shape. And then it's like, why? I don't even think I hate like the way it wraps around the foot either. It's just the sole of the shoe. The sole of the shoe has like the, combat boot texture on the bottom. It's just kind of weird.
I believe the lore as to why she has such modern-looking clothes is that she got a new outfit when the X-Men rescued her from the Collector.
And what? She cut the toes off of it?
Apparently.
I think it would actually look fine too if they just left the sole of the boot off and it was just like the wrappings around her foot and the exposed toe. But it's just too conflicting with what I know it's supposed to be and what it should be. It's like they just don't marry very well, It's their ugly mutant child of a combat boot and a traditional open toe sandal. It's like, it's worse than a croc.
Now that's an insult.
The only thing worse I can think of are those they made those shoes that are like toe shoes. So like each part of the shoe like went around each individual toe. Do you remember those?
Oh God, I think I do remember those.
And they just have like grippies on the bottom so you can like simulate walking barefoot but still technically wear a shoe. You got me off topic though, because I was talking about how nice the color scheme was. They took a lot of the golds out. There's not as much of it because it's not on the center of the belt. It's on the rivets and the sword. It's more green actually. It's the warmth. They took some of the warmth out of it, which I think is just a contrast thing because everything else is now very warm and all the blues are gone. So the yellow would start to harmonize with all the warmth. So they just tweaked the yellow to be more high key towards the green spectrum. Not to the point that it's not yellow anymore, but so to the point that it feels a lot less warmth in the yellow. And then I would say we had like red violet, we have coral, which is more orange, and then the pinks. They're all pretty much sharing red. I think it looks really nice, and I think it's kind of neat how they did some of the neutral tones too, and that they took out some of the variety out of it. I gotta turn to the front for a little bit. There we go. But like the warmth in the belt is gone, but instead the pink is more purpley. Like what was the red stripes. So there's still that division of what that big belt underneath the layers is. But this time, instead of that subtle change in the neutral value, it's a subtle change in the secondary value. I think it's a cool recolor.
It is.
I also feel like it just looks pretty nice too, and that we're changing the color of this character, but not to the point it feels too samey, like some of the other recolors where it's like all green or all blue. This is like, oh, you want like a more pink red outfit? Here you go, and it's still got a lot of the purple and a lot of the personality of the default, but there's some variety in the color. I really like the coral on her. It's like a nice color, I think.
Looks like shrimp.
Did her eyes change color?
Uh.
Because right there, they're very pink.
Yes, they did.
Ah. I was confused about why they let some characters change their eye color and other ones are like, no, it can never change.
I mean, if you had eyes as green as Jean Grey's, would you change them?
It's just interesting because some skins, they are like, okay, they stay the same color, but we'll pitch up the brightness or the value to better match the color scheme of the outfit. And then you have like characters that they never change. It stays exactly the same no matter if it looks good on the outfit or not. It's just interesting. I wonder what the metric is that allows you to change it or not. You said there's another recolor?
Nope, those are the only versions of her base.
Oh,
she does not have a Galactus skin.
We're saved.
Okay, I think we're gonna take a detour and get the no longer purchasable skins out of the way. So here's the thing about Psylocke, and here's the thing people have been complaining about, is she keeps getting legendary skins with special VFX and 2 recolors each, and she's had 5 of them over the course of like the last 8 months. And it's okay, maybe until last summer, last August, so 10 months. But it's relentless. Every season we get a new one. And I think she got a legendary and a regular skin at this, like within a couple of weeks of each other. And apparently this is because people buy Psylocke skins and buy them in large quantities. So they're focusing on making more Psylocke skins. But compare that to Hulk, who had an 8-month gap between skins. And it feels a little much. People have been complaining. And also, every single one of these legendaries has been time limited. They're all from mini passes or special events, or in the case of the one I'm about to show you, a gacha system. Which is a pretty...
Gacha is always bad.
Yeah. So, swapped.
I have no choice to agree anyway, because I have no idea about anything.
Okay, let's see. So this is her gacha skin. It's from the 1-year anniversary celebration.
My first thing I was thinking of is the Fruit fashion magazine, I think it was. I don't think it exists anymore. But it was from a photographer, and he was really interested in catching sort of counterculture styles. And I think he eventually retired from it because he said people were dressing up basically on purpose to try to get photographed because it became too conspicuous, I guess, or too prestigious. And he was like, really just like, no, I'm here to catch like people who do not follow the trends.
Mm-hmm.
That are doing their own thing. But it reminds me of that because it was very type of fashion that people would fashion themselves. And it was, based on like either color or texture or items, themes. So there was like a whole range, but it was like very unusual. And it kind of reminds me of that because it's like the very short skirt, the big bow on the front, which doesn't make sense. Does she have a magical girl wand style sword?
No, it's a sword.
Oh, well,
they do play with her sword quite a bit in her various skins, but this is... Let's let her spin around.
Because the end kind of reminds me of the magical girl kind of style. Or like maybe a little bit like strawberry cake. She has pom-poms on her back, too.
Yeah, she and Luna and Invisible Woman got cake-themed skins, and this is hers. Venom got one, too.
Yeah. It's only slightly cake-themed, though, but you know what? I kind of like that better, because, when I think about the purpose of these being superhero costumes and stuff, I'm thinking, yeah, let's actually go a little lighter on the food theme and just have it kind of vaguely food theme. Rather than doing she's literally a strawberry cake.
Yeah. She does have strawberries on her skirt, though.
Mm-hmm. They do a little bit of repeating on the ruffle on the legs. It's repeated on the gloves. Man, this view, though, even though I know it's the same as you would have saw in the game, it's so dark. The way they lit the model. It feels very weird for what a costume that looks like it should be really bright and colorful. I also thought she like that stripes. Oh, she has a butterfly thing in her hair.
Oh, yeah.
With another pom-pom. I kind of like the sleeves. They're fun. The hair stripes are very main character.
Toothpaste.
Wasn't
It's Colgate, but pink.
there like a Pokemon characters that had the red and white hair in one of the games? They make pastries too. Is this a trend? Who started the bakery person has white and red striped hair? What's going on?
That these are Tinkaton colors, so there's that at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to say with this one, just because it's very girly. It doesn't really have a lot of Psylocke in the style, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even done in this is what Psylocke would look like if she felt like being cute kind of way, because they changed the hair so drastically.
Yeah.
It just seems like this is now a cutesy looking dress character, but it doesn't really scream Psylocke in any way.
Yeah.
And there's been a few off-the-wall costumes for some of the other characters, but usually it's in a really funny way. So, it's a funny, what if they were like a, turn of the century dancer or someone from Y2K or something. But you still get the feeling that it's the character because of the way they style them or the attitude and stuff.
Yeah, like Magic's Y2K skin was not good, but it was definitely Magic.
Yeah, like, because looking at, like, her base outfit, like, you get pretty mysterious shinobi, right? And, like, I don't get anything ninja from this at all, even though she's doing the ninja pose.
Yeah.
It might have been kind of neat to see someone do a take of, like, a ninja outfit that's strawberry-themed. Like, keep the scarf. Maybe the scarf is now fluffy and it's like the whipped cream on top of the cake. Yeah, I think that's my biggest issue with it. It's not even just that the designer's bad or anything. It's just it doesn't have...
Doesn't feel like Psylocke.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the character. And if without context or anything, it would be really tough to guess what character it was even supposed to be. And like usually the other ones too, when they have accessories, they have little accessories related to who they are as a character. Like they have the other characters hanging off as keychains that they're associated with, or little baubles that are their emblem. Which I don't know. Well, I guess she already has a defined emblem. It's the butterfly flower shape, but this butterfly on her hair is not the same shape. It's much taller in the wings. And
Will it turn around?
And it has a giant pom-pom in the way, too.
Yeah.
At least she's actually wearing sandals, though, I think.
She is, yeah.
That's actually the only thing that even is vaguely ninja-like in the whole outfit. Because now my brain's, like, turning some gears and thinking, what would be a cool strawberry shortcake ninja outfit? Like, I feel like there'd be so many cool other ideas, and this just went girly.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that she couldn't go girly, because she has, like, a feminine appearance, and, like, the way she's wearing her fabric garment and her default is very feminine and cute. But, like, what if it had been, because the background is a festival. What if it had been a festival dress from Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Because those are really cute. And you could accessorize those a lot, too. They could have played with the bow with, like, the sash that goes across the middle, or the pattern. They could have just gone all strawberry, with bands of color for the layers. Could have been totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Alas, we got whatever this is. Which, honestly, if you were going for, like, magical girl, maybe, but they don't support that with the accessories or anything else.
Yeah.
And the pom-poms are just mystifying to me, honestly. They're repeated a lot, and they kind of tie the costume together in a way, but they're also like feel a little. I'm not sure how to explain why they feel like they just don't belong to the costume. Maybe it's because I don't see this style of dress with pom poms on it generally. Usually when I see this, it's like it's like the Lolita style where they're like imitating European styles but making it all cutesy and lacy. And the lace is not even really there. It's got ruffle, but there's not like the layers of lace or trim, but it's kind of on the sleeves. You see the lace on the top of the sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of research missing, and it's a kind of a big, choppy lace. But I guess there's a little bit on the band that holds up the dress too. I feel like this one was missing a lot of research that should have went into it to make it a little more authentic and tied together. Even if it is like a fantasy outfit, it just feels like it's not following enough of the character style or the style that there's based off, or the setting. Like the background doesn't really pull anything together for this theme of the outfit either. The colors are nice though. It's definitely just pink and red and white. Very strawberry shortcake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more tempted to go like very bright with the strawberry color though, and make it like a really solid red, and then let everything else be more like a pale pink. But I like the higher contrast because I think bright red strawberries are prettier. Oh yeah, that's all else I can think of to say.
All right, well, we'll look at the alternate colors then.
Oh no, this is gonna be harsh. Oh no, matcha. Really?
Matcha.
This one actually looks better than the base outfit, though. Honestly. I actually like the butterflies on the dress a lot better than the strawberries. I just think it's butterflies on there. Yeah, I had a close-up. Or is it leaves?
It's leaves.
Oh, I thought they were butterflies, and I thought that'd be cute. At least tie it together for her outfit.
I'm not sure the green and the pink go together.
Yeah, pink and green are complementary, but the green is so desaturated. It might be because the pink here, too, is maybe a little too... because the green is very middle-of-the-road green. I wonder if the pink should have been a little more. Oh, trying to think of what way on the color wheel we would go, because you have like dead center red, and then you have orange red and more of a violet red. But it's hard to make a judgment on the color scheme because I don't know why the lighting they did is so dark.
I guess it's supposed to be like the festival at night.
Yeah, but they don't usually do, like, I've never noticed any lighting this harsh before on a special skin. And they could have just waved it away as she's being lit up by a lantern or something a lot brighter in the foreground that's, we as the viewer can't see because it's behind us, but it's in front of her, Instead they just did this kind of weird, she looks dingy. I guess some of it could be your monitor, though, because the color on your preview and the monitor are very different. It's much warmer on the preview than it is on your monitor.
Well, this is an old TV, and this is a computer monitor that we got just like last year.
I see.
So
yeah, I'm judging on the colors based on the old TV monitor, which are very cold. But anyway, so they changed the strawberries off. There's a little more flowers on the sleeves. The pink is just, I don't know. Because pink and green are complements, but I feel like the pink, I think they should have just went brighter with the pink, because if the green's going to be matcha green, which is already a dull green, then where is your color pop going to be now? Which I'm thinking either keep it neutral, so your green is your color pop, or make your other color much more brighter and saturated. But that's just like my opinion, man. At least they kept the colors together on the frill, because the skirt is like yellow and green striped with all the white. I do like the asymmetry of the stocking being green and one being white, which the other outfit didn't do. I think they changed the end of the sword too, because it was like round like a strawberry, and now it's just an orb. But still, I feel like the majority green looks better than the strawberry outfit did, but I still don't think it saves it.
Yeah.
If the pink were gone, they could have been with yellow, and it could have been like a Tinkerbell thing going on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Again, no ninja. Not really.
Not really. All right, let's take a look at her final color. Grape.
Grape. Peanut butter jelly time. What are these flavors anyway? Are these just common flavors for fruit? I do kind of like the ribbon, white part of the ribbon on there, but then I just realized it clips right through her whole outfit when she's standing neutrally. This one actually looks the best so far, though, because it's all monochromatic in the purple, just light and dark. And then the secondary color on her hair is just white. Yeah, that looks clean. And actually, the lack of mixing the colors makes this outfit feel a little more fancy. Is her bow kind of glittery? I can't tell.
Let's have her zoom back in.
Or is it just really satiny?
It's satiny, I think.
But like the colors being a lot more simple makes it feel a lot more refined and fancy to me. I think this is the best colorway of all of them.
So this is the winner of this skin?
Well, yeah. Does she have grapes in her hair too?
Yes.
She does. I think there's like a mix too, because like the decals on the bottom, like they had the strawberries, the leaves, and the grapes. That makes me feel like it's supposed to be cutesy and childlike, like the strawberry shortcake characters in the U.S. Or like Hello Kitty or something, where it's like simplified, illustrative, childlike. But then the rest of the outfit is trying to do that, like, you know, European fancy dress. I feel like it is trying to do that style, but it just doesn't look like the ones I've seen before, and it's not coming together stylistically for me.
The thing that bothers me about this outfit that you haven't talked about is how short her skirt is, because that does not fit with the stuff I've seen from the European style that she's taking bits from.
Oh yeah, because those are usually like medium length to
down
full
to her
length.
knee, down to her knee or her ankles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like medium or full length. You don't get like.
They wanted to show off her legs.
I guess. I was just thinking they're trying to keep with what her default style looks like, so I guess I just kind of skimmed over it because I thought, oh man, they must not have changed it because they thought they couldn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
But since your default one is a form-fitting outfit, and that garment also comes in that length traditionally, it's not as upsetting, you know?
Yeah.
Also, like, the petticoat area, too, just feels like the volume's kind of weird, because it's all volume in the front for some reason, and not also the sides. Like, you can get skirts like that, but usually the volume is consistent all the way around, not just poofing the front of your skirt up like a weird triangle. You know, it makes the whole thing like a bell bottom or like a flower, like, you know, like, you know, cool looking and pretty. So yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of a weird miss on this one. Sorry to anybody who likes their desserts.
All right. Well, that's her Daring Daifuku costume. Damn it. Okay, hang on.
Okay. I'm hanging
I
on.
picked Psylocke. Why didn't you? There we go. Okay. Her other missing skin is her swimsuit skin from last summer. Which I think is actually pretty good. Horny as hell, but...
What was the other character we looked at that had this one? Was it Mantis?
Mantis, yeah.
Because I was thinking, this looks more or less just like Mantis's version of the same skin. Like, it's really similar. The only difference is, like, she has a dark color shrug, and instead of, like, sea creatures, she has the
butterflies.
The butterfly flower motif. And the cutouts are the same thing, but that's interesting. I'm surprised they didn't do more unique looks for each character, because, you know, there's different styles of swimsuits. Or even just different patterns on swimsuits. Huh. Now I have to judge it fairly while also thinking like they just copied their homework. That's what it feels like to me. I do like how dark and moody it is though, because this one, to get the dark, mysterious ninja thing going, they made all the colors darker and more moody. So like the purple, instead of being bright on, you know, because it's a pretty bright purple on her default costume, they like really brought down the saturation. And they kept everything pretty cold too, like the greens and stuff. There's not really any yellow greens or anything. At best, it gets a little bit minty, but that's still very light by adding a bunch of white into it. So I think, and like I think she has like, does she have dark eyeshadow or like smoky eyeshadow?
I think so.
And we don't get to really see what her lipstick is like in the other outfits because her mouth is covered mostly, but it's like dark, and I like that idea of like, okay, we can't make her literal ninja, so let's make all our colors dark and moody, mysterious. So I feel like at least for that, this person who designed the outfit nailed the assignment for that, because in the way that the dessert outfit didn't.
So she's not dressed like Psylocke, but she looks like Psylocke.
Yeah, like the mood is Psylocke, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like it's dark and, you know.
This looks like a swimsuit Psylocke would wear. Yeah.
And just like, you know, since she can't have the trappings of her usual outfit, let's use the color to make it feel more ninja-y. What are her feet looking like? Which sounds weird to say. I'm normal, I swear. Does she have like the... She kind of has the boots, kind of sandal bottoms. They're like the thick sandals. They're not like shinobi ninja sandals. I was kind of hoping they might be, but they're not.
Nah, they're just like beach sandals.
I do like the side piece on her hip though. Like that might be a spot she could have like another blade.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't. It's just a tie-on, but it's tied on in the way that the backs of some of the outfits for a ninja would be tied, but they tied it in a butterfly shape instead. What's the thing hanging on her sword? Is it a creature? Looks kind of like either like some kind of sea creature. But it's so small I can't tell.
We'll get to it in a moment. When she puts it back, it looks like a fish.
It does look like a fish.
Yep,
Cute.
that's a fish.
That's cute.
So yeah, good skin?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. How about its recolors? Let's see. Violet.
I forgot that all the swimsuits had recolors. Ooh, dark green. I think I like that one more.
And purple.
Mm-hmm.
Dare I say it, Psylocke purple.
It kind of is. Much darker and moodier, and there's pink, which kind of fits with a lot of the colors on her base outfit a bit more. Not like the colors of the outfit, but the colors of her powers. And then keeping the greens really dark and really low in value. So they're like not very bright, they're dark. Contrast with the purple, which is still also very dark, but since everything else is darker and duller, it makes the purple pop. And the pink's a nice touch. It's more like a purpley lavender pink, but it's still very pinky.
Anything else to say about this one?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
They didn't change a lot of the colors just yet.
And let's see, where is it?
You get to go back a page. Moonlit Mirage. Now she looks very tropical.
I'm not sure the yellow suits her.
It doesn't, but it ties very well with the tropical theme, and especially the other outfits. The hair's still very dark. I do like the other two much better.
Mm-hmm.
I think the purple one is my favorite though.
Okay.
I like that everything gets a lot darker on it. But the base color is very good too. This one's kind of a fun one though, where he just gives you a little variety in your choice for outfits.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of neat if they started adding some varieties for even just other outfits, just like recolors.
She does have a recolor on one of her first shop skin. Was part of the initial wave of recolors when they first introduced recolors. So she does have one there, which I think looks inferior to the default color. But yeah, she's been a recolor merchant since they started doing them.
Hmm.
All right, anything else to say about this one?
No?
All right, back to our view of the game then. Up next, she took part in the disco theme.
I got disco fever. Oh, she came in like a wrecking ball. Interesting. The hair is kind of interesting, but it's a neat shape.
It's very cyberpunk Japanese hair.
Yeah, with like the high cut. There's layers on it too.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Like an onion. I like the layering cutouts of the disco texture and how it's kind of incorporated with the whole outfit. Well, even a little like a neck scarf going on too.
Yeah, that's a novel choker.
Yeah, make it look like a neck scarf you'd wear with a shirt, which she does not have one. There's a zipper on that shirt too.
Huh.
I'm not sure what it's supposed to zip up.
I think it's ornamental because I don't think that shirt closes.
I
don't think that shirt would close on a man, let alone someone as well endowed as she is.
I think it's just a 2-inch zipper. It's just like zoop, and that's all farther it goes.
Maybe. Oh, there's actually a line below it. Maybe it zips down and it's already zipped all the way up.
Yeah, she is like 2 inches away from a wardrobe malfunction. Just. I like the incorporation of the pink too. Like it's really subtle and it's like here and there, but it feels really nice. This is what I would think some of the Y2K skins should have looked like.
Yeah.
Because the colors are very bright and remind me of the early 2000s where like, you know, like there's a lot of bright colors, but also chrome. And also like everything kept pretty light too, like the white and the hair and stuff. This would make a great Y2K fit for like a modern take on it. Oh, her sword is iridescent too.
Oh yeah.
See what I mean? It's like the perfect Y2K-ness. It's got like iridescence, chrome, shiny, bright color, the whole package. You know, the scarf also is like a miniature version of her actual shinobi scarf.
Yeah, it is.
Just as a small choker. That's actually a pretty clever design. Because I was thinking, my only complaint I could maybe think to say is like there's still not a lot of ninja-ness going on. But honestly, the way they did incorporate her design, like this mini scarf, I think it was a really cute and unique way to kind of bring parts of the character to the design. So that when it's pointed out, you're like, oh yeah, they did use the, you know, Psylocke thing. And like she's covered head to toe with the butterflies.
Yeah.
This is much better done than the dessert outfit as far as using motifs and shapes and things. Because I'm really enamored by the tiny scarf. So I'm like, it's just like the big one, except now it's small and a choker and, you know, fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And even the gloves are like her base outfit. You know, they cover the whole forearm. And she still has that mysterious cyberpunk haircut, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everything comes together in such a good way. As far as other things that they did for this outfit in particular, I was thinking about rhythms because the way the belt is like this big rhythm with the butterflies. Because across the front you have like big, and then a series of 3 smaller ones. The gauntlets do it too. Just this change in scale, so it's like 1, 2, 3, but it gets bigger as it gets higher up. There's a little bit of pattern on the skirt too. These big star shapes, and they're repeated inside of each other, inside of each other, inside of each other. I think it makes a nice asymmetrical look because there's already a kind of a cutout on one side anyway. That's, you know, very textured, very eye-catching. So then you have the big star shape on the opposite side, and I think it creates this nice diagonal, like counter diagonal, to the belt and the cutout, because the belt's going slanted down the other direction. The repetition of the stars is going the opposite, so you get this kind of nice zigzag, so you're not just like shunted off visually to one side. We didn't look at the boots too much. Oh look, no toes. Isn't it wonderful?
I like the butterfly cutout on the side of her boot.
Right? Because from certain angles it just looks like a stripe or like the top of the boot, but then you keep turning around, you're less like, oh, it's the cutout. Also, I love that the designer here was just like, no, we can't do the toes. It has to be a boot. That's weird, man. The cut of the outfit's really nice too, like the big sharp V on the top part of the outfit. I like it a lot. It's nice. Plus the texture is just so nice to look at. So shiny. Oh, they did do a little bit of reversing values too, because the boots are light and white on the bottom, but so is her hair. So it's kind of like all the middle values are darker in the middle, and they get light again. But they're gradients, so it's like very kind of a slow change. This is one too where it doesn't get less saturated at the bottom; it just gets lighter instead. Which I think for some of the cleaner looks, they do that a little more because it doesn't make the colors look kind of grungy. But for, you know, more of the grounded to earth type outfits, you know, being grungy just gives it some more texture and character, so they let it be desaturated on the lower half. I really like the rainbow sword a lot.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I hope the other ones are as good as this one.
The recolors?
Well, she also kind of has a butterfly on the front of the outfit too, because the lower half makes these two small parts of the wings, and the cups make the bigger part.
You're right. That's very cool. I'm not sure it's intentional, but it's very cool.
Don't doubt this designer. They made tiny scarf. Of course they would hide another butterfly on her breasts. They also went pretty silver on the sword, because it's like just like the colors are, to me, not as varied as the outfit, I guess. Like there's a little bit of the blue and purple, but they went a lot darker, and it feels like a lot more of the shine is in the silver. The emblem is actually the only thing not blue or purple. It's the pink color. And it's silver on the bottom, which on her base outfit they're the same color. And then they have to do a little bit of the flyaway hairs that are like a counter color, so a little bit of pink in there. But since there's so much little pieces of pink throughout the rest of the outfit, it just ties together really nice. My kitties came to say hello.
Hi, Shinji. Alright. Anything else to say about this one?
No, I think it's really nice. I'd play it.
Alright, so let's see the recolors.
Goth!
Hell yeah.
Dang. This still also kind of reminds me of Y2K, where they had some of the darker colors. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was one they do like these very intricate spiral flourishes, and they would be in usually. They did some that were like in bright colors, like the previous outfit, like cyan and pink and stuff. But you could see that these other ones, that they kept it all dark and moody, so it was sort of like flowery but also grunge. And just the little hints of pink on the dark butterflies that are not really quite even blue, they're just black. They're like black in the center too, even on the arms. And so like that, literally like just a hint of like pink or purple. It's all really desaturated. It really reminds me of that. It's a nice recolor.
I think it looks sick.
Yeah, that one's really moody. And it looks really good. So if you're like, oh man, the other one's too bright for me, well, boy, they got you covered. Can't wait to see what they did with the last one. Ooh. This one reminds me of DDR somehow.
Yeah.
Something about like the pink and purple contrast on the star being more prevalent. On the purple background, I'm just hearing like the sound like you know? Has that very bubbly look. Very pastel in some areas too. Like on the arms, they went really light. It's not as dark. And even the bottom of her skirt was darker. So a lot more use of white and light colors on this outfit than there is not desaturated, but saturated color. There's actually not a lot of saturated fully color on it. Like a lot of the purples are more pastel. I think the blues on the butterfly are mostly saturated on the belt, but on the arms they're definitely all tinted with white.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like it. Not my favorite though, but I do like it.
Yeah. I think the black one is just so good.
I like the black one and I like the default.
Yeah. Agreed. Anything else to say about this one? Oh, I like how the stars are outlined in the blue.
Yeah. It works pretty well on this one because they made all the other colors so light. And so those colors being a little brighter look nice. I kind of like them when they're subtle though on the other two outfits. Makes the other details to me kind of pop out. Although I just didn't realize that hers were also pretty bright. You don't really see them hardly pop at all on the default.
Yeah.
It's more of a texture. But I guess since the other ones went a lot more subtle on the color. I feel like I should be playing like some VC or something like Psychedelic Pulse.
Anything else to say about this one?
I don't think so.
All right. Fourth legendary. I don't particularly like this one. This is part of the we're hiding at the Empire State University theme.
But isn't the school colors like red? It's the Galactus skin.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Am I not wrong though, or are they blue? Was it red or blue that's the school color?
I don't know.
Because we were looking at the university.
Spider-Man's shirt is red.
Yeah, and I thought, oh gosh, Deadpool's is blue, right? He just has like a blue shirt on.
He's blue and the shirt is red.
Oh, the shirt is red. So look, yeah, the school color is red. So wouldn't you think their tennis outfits would also be red?
Probably.
What's happening? Also, why is she dyed her hair for this job? And then put a giant butterfly in it. Like, yeah, really inconspicuous outfit for college.
Why does she have lopsided braids?
She was in a rush for her disguise. I don't know. Yeah, it would look better if it was just one, honestly. It looks like a weird thing. Because where did they attach it? It's like not even attached at the base. It's like off to the side. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's supposed to be part of the main hair, but it didn't get wrapped up in the wrap, which is also kind of in a weird spot, because I thought when people did those hair wraps, it was attached to the ribbon that starts at the base of the ponytail and then wraps around and around and around. This one, she has a ponytail band, and I think the other side doesn't connect to it. If you spin her to this side, see how it doesn't actually come to the headband area? This girl's a mess. They must think she has mad money and that her parents are just paying her way through school.
Yes, her sword is a tennis racket.
Oh no. That's silly. Do you think the hitbox is annoying because her sword's like a little bit longer than the racket? You know what I mean? Like there should be another like smidge of
Her
sword.
hair is phasing through it.
I guess theming aside, I guess I could take a look at this from a design perspective. I think they could have done the 2 ponytails, but like, it's like the line, if you look at, especially from the side, the line of the big ponytail is pretty smooth. It's like smooth, follows through. The line of the secondary braid goes bent and then has a steep fall off. And I was like, it's kind of weird. It makes her look really messy. And the ribbon is also done really messy and haphazard too. Like, some of the hair strands go over the ribbon too, on the top.
Oh yeah, they do.
Or yeah, and then a couple other places, and it's like bunched up a little uneven. It's very confusing, because to me that design says this person's a rush or mess. They don't have time to be composed. And then that is a lot of cutouts on that tennis outfit. How do you suppose she keeps the middle piece suction cupped to her belly button?
Oh yeah, you can see her belly button through that. That must be vacuum sealed.
Right? It's also such a weird place to have a cutout on a tennis outfit. Like, I could see the underboob window, you know, ventilation, whatever, and some of the fish netting. But then it's like totally open on the sides. It feels so weird. And it's a university outfit because it has the emblem on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know, I guess it's supposed to be the future.
Maybe she had Jumbo Carnation customize it when she was at the Hellfire Gala.
Maybe. I feel like if she did, she should get her money back. That has some of the hexagon texture too on the bottom portion, and the polka dots on the middle portion.
Yeah.
For texture, which, like, fine for different texture uses, but then there's like a weird boob window cut out because of the texture. That then leads into the weird Y shape. And I'm like, it's not even really a good cutout because there's too many of them. It creates some really weird shapes. Like, zoom out a little bit. It's just like, even if you're going for sexy, like, that just doesn't feel like a nice shape to me.
It's also probably awkward to put on and take off because it's a one piece with her skirt.
And the boob portion is like, has the big waistband line that would go with like a sports bra type look.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't they just have her totally exposed midriff? That would have been so much better looking. Just skirt, sports bra.
Yeah.
And the Y thing's attached to the skirt. So it's like kind of a one piece, but then entirely not. They have somehow invented like a front-facing thong. That's kind of how it feels. It's such a weird shape, and like, you could do so many neat cutouts and shapes and things, and like, it just has too many interruptions to the lines that they're drawing. Like, they could have done the upward swoop, but then it's blocked by the horizontal waistband, right? So all that vertical energy is just crash. And then the top of her outfit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the same way for downwards. Is like, we go down, but then there's nothing really to stop us. We just kind of take a rest stop at her crotch, and then it's just this big wide open area of the skirt that's then blocked in by the black lines. So following that thorough line of motion doesn't really end at anything interesting to look at.
I just noticed she's got on socks on top of that leg brace.
Yeah. The leg brace is actually fine because that's like a very sports thing to do, especially if you have like one knee that needs braced. Tells me though that she's maybe overworking herself a little bit if she's getting repetitive stress injuries, but
Very fashionable leg brace.
yeah, and she has like she has asymmetrical arm covering too, which is like, some people wear the compression bands for their elbows. But it feels weird on her because she hasn't really done a lot of asymmetry except for just in the top half of the outfit. Because she typically has full, like, arm coverings. If anything, I would think she should still have them so she could hide her summoned with her mind weapons. Where's she gonna hide her mind shurikens now?
The butterflies are coming out of her braid, by the way.
Out of a braid?
The butterfly effects.
Oh, instead of the sash?
Yep.
Interesting. It still shouldn't have been 2, though. That's just weird.
It's a mess. Told you I didn't like it.
Yeah. And then, for reasons that I do not understand whatsoever, they changed her hair to like a teal cyan color.
Yeah, like Magic Galacta color.
Because I'm thinking, like, they could have just went with dark purple. It might have been kind of fun to play with the tennis outfit as if it were a form-fitting shinobi outfit. You know, like, play with... Because they, like, the lines don't really make anything, so it doesn't look like they were following a set sort of uniform, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they could have played with the way it was cut to make it look like the shinobi belt she usually wears, or make it look like the samurai armor plating, but do it in cutout. So it's still basically a tennis skirt and one-piece outfit, but it have blockings that looked like her shinobi samurai fit. Or even just some of the repetition, like there's these X's across the bottom. Like some of that could have been her butterfly motif, which I guess, yeah, vaguely, but not very strongly is that shape.
Mm-hmm. Well, the butterflies on her hair and armband are that shape.
Yeah, I suppose. It's just a little thinner and skinnier than the base costume. Because I like the base costume's version take on it is that it's very clearly a butterfly with its wings open, but the shape of it is in that kind of way that flowers are traditionally drawn. And I think that's really cute and fits more with the shinobi style because it's a very traditional pattern for those kind of garments. Did I even look at her boots? I was too distracted by how things are going. She's wearing shoes now. Again, no open toes. She could have had like a hole worn through them on one side from playing so much tennis. That actually might have been a more fun take of a tennis version of her in a school setting, because she seems very driven. You know, shinobi, we train forever to be the best. Like, can you imagine that she like got into tennis so hard that she's like worn holes in the toes of her shoes, and like maybe like some bandages where she like banged up her knee.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like maybe the colors could still be like fun and bright, but making it a little more sporty. And because this is like vaguely sport clothing and like way more fashion shoot fantasy, you know. Mm-hmm. Like this is just this is pretty much just pretty anime girl illustration, but tennis themed, which doesn't mean like she's not allowed to look pretty, but I think it would have been interesting to have a more down to earth, especially considering the context of she's supposed to be undercover. Like, you can't convince me the rest of the tennis team looks like this. Like, the rules are, you must dye your hair. It's part of the initiation. And you have to wear this midriff cutout with the weird Y shape that's connected to your skirt. So weird. Does she have scars on her arms? Like her upper arms? Or is that just a weird lighting thing?
I think those are paint lines.
Yeah, I think so too. I just thought might be something interesting there, but no. I don't like the hair color at all.
Yeah.
The other weird thing is because the hair color is tied into the clothing color a lot, and not just like a little, but in a way that they're pretty much the same shade. They're not just as a harmony thing. It makes me feel like the hair is fake.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like part of her clothing outfit instead of her hair. Whereas usually if they tie the colors together, like the hair is a little bit different. Like it's either darker or lighter or more bright or less bright than the color on the outfit. I think they should stick with that, because I can only think of she's either wearing a wig or this whole thing is a costume. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
Shall we see if the recolors help?
Oh, we can try.
Oh, she's got customizable
headwear.
Yeah.
And yet none of them get rid of the hair ponytail problem. What is that changing?
The knee brace.
Really? A customizable knee brace? Why? Honestly,
yeah, weird,
why?
right? Because you're going to be seeing it from this angle.
They're just like, I wanted to see more kneecap. And the shoes.
The shoes. Her socks, actually.
Oh.
I guess it does change her shoes.
What's the last one? I actually like the middle one the most.
This one?
Yeah, because it has the motif on the shoes itself. And I think the short socks feel more athletic, sporty to me.
Yeah. Let's assemble the perfect Psylocke. Which piece of protective gear do you like the best?
Well, I think I like the default one or somewhere thereabouts. With the X shape. I thought that was nice.
And the headwear, we've got the visor, we've got a headband, and we've got tennis balls on her.
That is kind of cute, and I like that was a detail they considered. I feel like the middle one is the most shinobi, and the first one is the most tennis. But we want to get more Psylocke in here, so let's go more shinobi headband. You know, she's part of the Naruto squad right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the recolors. Green. I was really hoping one was going to be tennis ball colored. Honestly, because her hair color is now more of a natural hair color, this looks way more like a tennis outfit than the other one. I also like the accessories being gray, because that feels like a lot of sports gear where they only come really in white and or gray or black. You know, you don't buy them in extra colors because they just don't come in extra colors.
Yeah.
So the compression things. Also, it kind of fixes the little under boob window because now it's not sheer. It doesn't really help the shape very much though, because it still has the weird Y shape going on, but it makes it slightly better than it was before by just making it solid. Because then you almost get like a bigger shape out of the gray areas. That's a kind of a dotted line. You know, your brain kind of puts the big shape into a big V. Still pretty awkward with the very heavy band for the... Like, why is the band there? It would look so much better without it. So maybe that's why the colors are so weird. They don't have a school colors. But already much better than the default. It's not Psylocke colored though, but it just amuses me because she's now tennis ball. Well, she has pink on the end of her hairs in this version.
The butterfly effects are green too.
Ooh, I wonder why they changed that. They don't usually do that very much. I just noticed her earrings for the first time. I guess they're mostly covered by the hair though. You can't really see them.
Yeah.
They look like little triangles. That's about the best I can get out of it.
Yep.
They should have been little tennis balls.
Ha!
Alright, what they got for the last one? Oh. At least the white hair feels like Shinobi Master from an anime I've seen somewhere. This one's mostly okay, and just on the fact that it's monochromatic mostly. I'm not sure if I'm feeling the yellow everywhere though. I like it in some areas. Like I think it looks pretty eye-popping on the bottom of the skirt. I don't like it on the sleeve. Also, her shoes don't change with each one. Do you have to go down here and click on it again? Or is it just always purple? Or it doesn't recolor the alternate shoes?
Huh.
That's wild.
It doesn't recolor the alternate braid. Oh, probably because I don't own the alternate pieces. It doesn't recolor them with the outfit.
You think it would kind of at least show a preview?
You'd think, yeah.
That's weird. But yeah, I feel like this one is a little awkward, like the dessert outfit was. And that I feel like it should fit the motif of her more, and I feel like it should fit the motif of this is a school outfit. You know? Like, can I pretend it's her practice outfit? But no, it's branded. with the school emblem. Like, do you think she just wore her own tennis outfit and she just put the tennis, like, top over the top of it? She's just like, the tennis uniform isn't sexy enough, damn it. I'm gonna wear my own thing, but I'll put the school logo part of the fit on top, and then it'll be, that's why it has the weird waistband. And it's like, no! But yeah. Yeah. The color scheme's really not that bad, though. I just think it's used a little too heavily in some places.
Yeah.
Like, the colors are very harmonious. It's just the yellow is such a popping color. It needs to be used very sparingly. Like, in the small areas, the logo, the little armband. I like it on the tiny part of the racket. I like it on the trim. But in big spaces, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Also, her socks have an orange stripe instead of a yellow one. Why? Is it always orange no matter what color you're in? No. Why orange?
Yeah, good question.
So weird. Can we go away? I don't like this one anymore.
So, of the three, is this one your favorite color?
Oh yeah, making her a tennis ball specifically just is a little bit nicer than any of the other outfits, because the other outfits are just very unrealistic to me. And that's saying something for a superhero we run around in our, swimsuits game.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like the undercover at school plot is so intriguing. And when you put super-powered people who have to pretend to be normal people and, also be undercover. It's like, it sounds so cool. And then they wear the most conspicuous outfits known to man. And I feel like there's like a much better middle ground. Also, I swear, if you just like took a screenshot and just colored the midriff in and got rid of the band, this would already look so much nicer. I think what would have been cool is where the midriff is exposed, take the band out, make that black, and then have that shape go into the skirt, so it looks kind of like her armor pieces from her regular outfit. I think that would have been cool. But then on the black areas, they could have put more of her butterfly motif, too. With a tennis ball in the center. Because tennis. I feel like I haven't looked at a lot of women's tennis uniforms, though. Maybe they do look like this, and I just have never known. Not that I watch a lot of tennis, but, See, she's tennis ball colored. It's beautiful. And her hair is not teal, so that's always a better improvement.
Alright, anything else to say about this one?
I thought the button to buy it said God for a second. Which is how I feel about this outfit, but in derogatory. Just, God, what did they do?
Alright, we'll save her last legendary for last, because it's a pretty cool one, actually. How about Battle Maid from the Vampire season?
Ooh. See, got mysterious. Got goth. Got the belts. The corset's really nice, too. I like the shape it creates on the side. And it's a little more like science fiction modern with like the thicker buckles. The barbed wire netting is what it kind of looks like with her symbol, and it looks sick as hell. But it's actually her butterfly, but it looks like barbed wire.
That's cool.
And her symbol is bat-like on her hat. It's got bat wings.
Oh my god, her hat has fangs.
Yeah, this has a lot of little nice juicy details. I like these scrolls on her waist too. Because that feels like shinobi shit, She has like the warding scrolls and stakes and stuff. The red's really subdued too. It's very moody, desaturated red. And it gets really dark towards the bottom of the outfit. It kind of fades out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes a butterfly on her stockings.
Yep.
And the boots are like really dark. And there's a bat wing on the bottom of the boots. This outfit is sexy as hell.
I thought you'd like it.
Oh my gosh, this feels like such a breath of fresh air after the last one, because like the shape language and the lines and the way things are composed feels so much nicer than the other one with the kind of nonsensical cutouts. And this one, like, they didn't do the armor pieces with the corset feels armor-like, and I like the loops on the side because it makes it feel a little longer than it actually is. Mm-hmm. Other side. That side is kind of blocked from her gear. There's like this nice loop, so it feels like it's on her hip. Even though she's wearing a dress garment, but it gets it a little more, layered. There's a lot of belts on the back, too. The sword is a vampire's motif sword, too.
Yep.
With goo dripping off of it. Blood.
Mm-hmm.
They really went adventurous with her hair on this one, though. Because normally she has, like, the big ponytail. And this one she has, like, some very tight braids. 2 of them, and then the really long, kind of bangs. Also still keeps the full-length gloves from her base outfit, which I still think is a good thing to do. They treated her sleeves in an interesting way because they're kind of spiky, the way they kind of flip up.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's fabric. So they're using the shape of it to feel a little sharper. She still has the netting thing even in her arms on her, too, in the back. Yeah, this is a really good outfit. I think there's the butterfly motif is under the Dracula swish on her gauntlets, too.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I think this one's fun, too, because it has the properties of the type of character she is, and they kept the hair, even though it's completely different, super mysterious, super moody. So you get this kind of, like, mysterious figure. Even though there's not really a lot of ninja in the design, the scrolls kind of bring it back to that kind of culture a little more, because that's not a Western thing to have scrolls. Not in that way, anyway. And especially the beads, because the beads are like a very...
Buddhist?
Yeah, Buddhist, ward off evil with, prayers and incantations and things. So I really like that combination of the Eastern and Western motifs. She looks like she should be in Castlevania, like, right now. Like, she would not be out of place. She's even got some bottles on her legs, too. I don't know if she...
Probably poison.
Probably. She's a ninja.
True.
Does the other side have bottles, too? Or is it like a
little pouch?
Little pouch for her snacks.
Snacks of blood.
Yeah, this one's really sick.
Thought you'd like it.
It has an emblem on the top of the hat, too. It's the Dracula one.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And it's like, again, it's not a very big change. It's not even a value change. It's a hue change. So they go from that, like, wine red, and then they just go pitch it towards the warmer reds that are more towards orange.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that one's kind of like in the middle before you go orange or violet. But because it's next to violet, it's by comparison. And plus, they're using that type of red a lot less frequently. It's used in the Dracula emblems and on the beads. And I think that's it. Everything else is red-violet. I also like how they played with what her scarf is in this outfit, because it's like attached to her neck on the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really just like, not sure what you would call it, really. It is a kind of a scarf, but not really. It really shouldn't work, but it does. Because it's very nonsensical, but since the shape of everything else is done so well, it just feels like she has kind of like an elegant scarf. I think also the material and the size of it, too, because instead of using the really big one, they really narrowed it and made it thinner. Because nothing else on her outfit is in that scale of what her default outfit is with the big scarf, That I think they made this scarf much thinner. Because all the other details on her are much thinner on this costume. This is one of the S-tier costumes for me.
Yeah, like overall.
Yeah, like overall. And I know I sound biased, but just the way that the cutouts are done, the texture, the color, and the color palette is pretty safe because it is just all wine red, but the subtleties of changing the gradient down to the making it darker on the bottom of the dress, the boots are so dark, and just keeping the neutrals. And even the silver is very high in value. So I really like where they played with texture on like the netting and the big buckles instead of like little delicate straps or something, and just little bits of silver for like the rivets on the stockings. Because the stockings are also technically like battle stockings because they're like connected upwards to something under undergarments so that it can carry like potions and snacks. But yeah, this one's... I also really like the wing on the back of the boot because it cuts the shape in an interesting way and it creates this really nice upward movement. And there's a thing you can do with line where you make the line like jagged or zigzag or more interesting. Mm-hmm. And it's a really great place to put a very interesting line because everything else on like the leg is very smooth and, you know, it's very harmonious, right? It's very curved, straight, smooth. And then you have this one jagged, bright red line and all this dark color. It's really nice. And I think it cuts the boot into an interesting shape. If I could wear heels, that would be an awesome boot to own. But I have very flat feet, so I can't wear anything with heels. Oh my gosh. I like, too, the motif on the stockings, because it's done really well, that they work very well separately, and they make a really cool shape when they're together. Mm-hmm. The corset's got some interesting cutouts too, because the silver pieces kind of create like a kind of a... Makes me feel like it mimics the line it's already established, because there's kind of like the undercut under the boob, and then there's like big silver block on the sides, so it kind of mimics that same shape. And they really like cut the dress really low, because the top of her fit is kind of more of a shrug. It's not really connected to the other pieces.
You are correct.
Layering. But yeah, that one's a really nice one. I just also noticed they have one pigtail in the front of her and the other one behind her.
You're right. All right, anything else to say about this one?
Not particularly. Only one thing I kind of noticed is a little interesting is they actually really weighted her towards one side more than you would normally expect. Because the sword, the scrolls, the potions, and her hair braid are all on the same side, which is kind of interesting because normally if they have a type of an asymmetry like that, they usually like to counterweight it to the other side. But my thought here is like this is, you know, a vampire hunting character and they're supposed to be a little unbalanced. So, you know, instead of making her look more balanced, I think they're trying to like kind of weight her to the other side a little bit because there's really no counterbalance visually that I can see. Like there's one silver thing that's like her sheath. I think that's like the only thing that's on the other side. Everything else is on the same side, but her posture is more forward on the opposite side with her foot, whereas the other one with all the weight is set back. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think to point out. It's a really neat outfit.
Hell yeah. Alright, what next? How about her launch shop skin, which is Marvel Rivals' take on classic Psylocke.
Ooh. Boy, there's a lot more cutouts in this one than I thought there'd be.
Yeah.
I guess they were going for like the cutouts make the butterfly shape.
Yep.
I wonder if this one though is a case of less would be more. Like what's with the armpit card cutout?
Yeah.
Because there is a thing you can do. You have too many little spaces, and it can kind of get a little too busy. Because if you're kind of looking at it, like the butterfly one is kind of neat, and I think the concept is neat enough to explore. But then on top of those 4 holes, you have the armpit hole, you have the sash cutting across, so there's a little peak of hole there because the sash essentially creates another cutout.
Mm-hmm.
And then on her legs, there's these like rings, and the rings create a couple more little small spaces. And so I feel like just cleaning that up and streamlining the outfit would look a little nicer overall. It's not bad per se, but I think it's just a little too much.
A little overcomplicated for a take on a costume that was very much not complicated.
Yeah, like it should be like that suit. It should be pretty much primarily very streamlined. The sash is kind of fun though. It's also very busy though, because it's got like one loop that's on her side, creating another hole. Then two, there's actually another loop on the bottom, and then two rings, and then two more kind of ends. Maybe that's why her hair's tied up so crazy in the other outfit with the tennis.
Had to put the loops somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, I think if like less is more could have done a little bit for this outfit, because I like the color and I like the leotard. I actually think the silver designs are pretty neat, because I like the shape it's creating on the side of her leg. It's like upward movement. It gets kind of covered by a wrap on the top though. I was trying to, because the other side I see a butterfly, I think. The other side, not so much. Yeah, well maybe one butterfly wing is down on there. I think it's repeated. I don't know why you can see the butterfly on this side. And the, wait. The butterfly on this side goes above the, oh, because the boot itself has a top, and that top's not the wrapping, even though the texture is exactly identical.
Yeah.
So she has 3 wraps on one leg, and one of the wraps goes over her stocking, and then one wrap on the opposite leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's, why is there another wrap on the stocking? Why not just 3 wraps instead of 4? I also like the silver on the boot, where it does this kind of up and over thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of defines the form of the foot in a nice way from the front. You kind of see that, because otherwise it's just purple the whole way through. Which for this outfit could be just fine anyway, because that's kind of how the leotard thing works anyhow. I think this is maybe what I'm thinking. Like a lot of the base outfit was their asymmetry in like the leg wrappings. I think I might even need to do the cutouts so that instead of like one butterfly by her neck, maybe the butterfly cutout was at an angle, and then you could be a little more streamlined with the shape. So you can just do the butterfly cutout, and then the rest of the leotard could be just shape, without kind of overcomplicating things. Put some wrappings on where she already has them for the texture on the lower halves of the arms, because I think that's fine enough. I don't know if there's anything attached to them though. We do a spin around. Oh, I guess there's some rings on the back. Those are fine though, because they're very orderly compared to the other rings, which are kind of like here, 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 here. Like that just is a nice pattern of da-da-da. Yeah, I think they should have went more like Cyber Shinobi outfit and kept more to her classic design. Because I think she has a back cutout that's also supposed to do the butterfly thing. But, I mean, her hair's in the way a little bit, but it's,
You're right.
It's not, I don't know, the shape is not as strong as it could be, and then it's kind of pointless because her hair's covering it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we did this cool back design, except, I don't know, the hair's covering it. I definitely think the worst one is the armpit cutout, though. Like, I think they either needed to, like, have nothing and then just do arm covering, like they've done a lot of other outfits, but the asymmetry there is really weird, especially with the other cutouts. It's too many. I think this is one of where they over-designed a lot of stuff, because, like, how messy the ribbon is. That would look great if the rest of the outfit was plainer, because then you have this contrast of, like, really wild and disorganized with, you know, smooth and easy read. But since everything is a hard read, from the cutouts to the belt to the wrappings, it makes the whole outfit very busy, which is such a strange take, because the outfit itself for Psylocke is usually the exact opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually very sexy leotard with some, you know, ring wraps on.
I actually have an issue of X-Men over here somewhere. that has her on the cover.
Yeah. And that's very sexy leotard. There's a little bit of like asymmetry in the way they cut the different leg bands, but they do repetition on the arm bands. And there's no cutouts on the top part of the outfit either. And the sash has no sash. It's just the belt. She does have some of the stuff breaking her outfit up in that one, is she has kind of like a battle like sling. So like it cuts across the chest and then attaches at the hip and then goes the other way. But it's actually pretty nicely balanced because it goes one direction, then the other. And that's saying something, because some of these comic book artists were very much like in the point of they were almost amateur artists, because they were just like, we need a guy who's like super passionate and we'll hire whoever's going to sit here and draw the comics, you know? So it was like very easy at that time to be like, I want to be a comic artist and just draw a bunch of stuff, apply, and they'll be like, yep, get in here. Which led to some very interesting styles, but they're also talented in the way that they would economize what they're drawing. So you can't make things hard reads. And in some ways, you know, I kind of like the older styles a bit more than some of the modern stuff where they try to do too much. They over-design. Because even if some of the drawing was a little wonky because they're under time limits, or they did a really freakish pose because they're too pressed for time, or they're not practiced enough as a draftsman, it still is a little charming and like the purity of it, I think. But you can get to a point where you start getting so good that you start to over-design too much, so you put too much texture or too much cutouts, or, you know. And then, like, if you put too much of something, it makes your design too busy. And comics usually got around that because you don't have the time to sit and draw every little hair or thing, so they usually found ways to suggest texture or draw faster or economize. Like shadows would be like, block out this big black area and some hatching because that's fast. Mm-hmm. Then it makes for a great graphic design style. Not to mention like lettering. Like Eisner is usually one that you would look into doing when you start seeing comics start to bring in these big font letterings, because I think he used to do advertising too, because you had to diversify to make money. And the thing was that though, like, people wouldn't hire Jewish people for a long time. So for a long time, popular comic artists were also Jewish, because if they wanted to do art, well, they couldn't get hired by a magazine or a newspaper or editorial because of the anti-Semitism. So they would get hired as comic artists.
Marvel's hiring, and once Stan Lee and Jack Kirby are in the door.
Yeah. I'm not saying like all of them have
I think Jack Kirby was Jewish. I know Stan Lee was.
Yeah. And like none of them are like, you know, perfect, but it's interesting to read about and figure out how they all kind of come together. And just, you know, kind of learn from the mistakes and learn from the successes, and stop putting so much cutouts in your outfits. But no, it's not to the point where I think it's terrible though. Like, I think it's just a little too much, and I think it would go from good to great if it just had simplified, economized, kept it a little simpler. Because I do think I like the silver motifs, but the butterfly is only seen on one side. But it does create a neat shape to kind of break up the boot, which is a huge purple area that you can't really break up any other way. So I think that silver motif was a pretty clever solution to that. I just wish it had been better implemented. Because they could have done the thing like they did with their arm pieces and just had like the rings too. That might have been a neat choice as well. And then it would have been quite the contrast, because then her boots and her arms would have like the ring motif, and then her leotard could have been plain and flat, so you get this nice contrast. Which designing art is all about, like push and pull. So, you know, if it's too complicated, you need to harmonize and make things a little more similar. So that's like sharing design motifs. Like, you know, we looked at some of the outfits, like there's a lot of squares or a lot of circles or a lot of, you know, some similar motif. Or you can go too far the other way. Things are too similar, and then your design's just kind of flat and boring, you know. Just like, oh, there's nothing to look at here. I've seen this before. You know, meh. It's okay. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like this one is just slightly towards good, but it could have been better. I just also noticed she has like a weird. I thought she has a weird finger wrappings on that hand. Why?
That is weird.
She has finger braces.
She cut them off of the other arm.
I was going to theorize she got caught in a Chinese finger trap and escaped.
2 of them at once.
No, they really thought they had her, but she's a ninja. Yeah. It's one of the things, like, I want to love the belt, but since there's so much other complicated stuff, the belt can't really be a nice eye catcher of interest because everything else is the same level of complicated.
Yeah.
But I like the colors. I want it to be more simple. But hey, maybe they'll do the cause that just says first appears in Uncanny X-Men. Oh, so maybe they won't redo this outfit then, because it feels very different from her classic one, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it's reminiscent, but it's different enough that I'd almost say this is its own thing. Reminiscent, but not the actual outfit.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the recolor does to it.
Oh no, I forgot you said she had so many. What?
That is a pitch perfect reaction.
What's with the purple boob cutout? I kind of like the ring of gold around the outside of the outfit because it's kind of always on the outside, and that's kind of neat. That's the only violet purple too, like the red violet. All the other purples are very lavender. Why didn't they just... Why? Because I was thinking, like, yeah, change from the outfit from dark to light could be cool, and it's been done in comics a lot too, where you're like, we need the character to have a dramatic outfit change, and it's just, you know, that same outfit, but the value's reversed. But the purple, that's such a weird thing to do. Because it puts it, oh my gosh, it puts an egg on her chest because it makes the cutouts are lined up with it.
Oh my god, it's Easter colors.
The Easter outfit. Here comes Psylocke hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity Psylocke's on her way. Oh man, except for that one spot on the outfit, I really like everything else. It's such an odd thing to do. Yeah. Anyhow.
That all you have to say about this one?
I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, again, I want to like it, but the purple right dead center is such a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, if it had been the butterfly motif and cut out that way, like, yeah. Actually, they should have done that. The cutouts just colored them purple, like there's a material underneath. And then they could have had that of purple, but it's the only... You cannot look away because it's the only red violet in the whole fit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, have a boob. I'm trying to look at her face. Oh my gosh. I hate it so much. This is pink tie levels of...
Oh, it's that bad?
Catastrophe.
It's that bad?
It's the only thing in that color. Try to find that color anywhere else on her outfit.
I can't. Because it's not there.
It's not there. So you have no choice but to keep looking at it because it's the only thing different on this otherwise very harmonious outfit. Because I kind of like the white tips in the hair. It's kind of fun fade out, and I like the gold earrings, and she has such pretty eyeshadow now, and then it's just red violet. It's not even harmonized with anything else red because yellow's a primary color. So, you know, I mean, yellow as a gold color usually has a little bit of orange in it, but it's not enough to harmonize. I can't even say the word anymore. So upset. Harmonize with that color of purple. It's not even in the background. The only thing that shares the color is her powers, maybe. Did she manifest that color patch with her mind?
Well, she's got a couple of bazookas, so mental weapons.
She takes out her enemy while they're distracted by your color patch. Like some kind of like poison dart frog. That is so weird, because the other outfit, there's no color change, right? I'm just like, I feel like they're gaslighting me now.
There's a little bit of a color change.
Oh, yeah, it's just a little, though. It was actually so little I didn't notice it unless I was trying to look for it.
Yeah.
But it's just a lighter violet. And the only thing that really did for me is it made me think like the cutout portion of her garment is like a different material and it's stretched over the other parts of the leotard. But let's go back over here, because this makes me ask a lot of questions now. Does that mean that this upper piece is a garment on top of another leotard on top of another color?
Oh my god, you might be right.
Is this like 3 layers of clothing? And like the sleeve is part of the secondary layer?
The wild thing is the under layer goes over the top layer on her back. How is she wearing this?
Yeah, because it goes like over and under. This is gonna be like those people that find garments to buy online, and like the preview is like all beautiful, and then they get the garment. And it's just like, how do you even wear this? Because it has so many like overlapping layers of like stretchy, like material.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one that someone bought. Like somehow the shirt was sewed on so that there was 2 tops of the shirt, and they were at opposite ends. And I'm like, I cannot imagine what in the world this garment is for. Like someone at the factory was upset or made a mistake. Oh gosh, is it purple? I wonder if on the boot. Yeah, it is. I was kind of curious if it was, because I was saying earlier on the other fit that there's another band that crosses over the boot band. So that makes the boots look a little weird, because it's right even with the top portion of the boot that's like the actual band of the boot. It kind of masks the whole band that's supposed to be there. Or did that boot get like cut short and then she's like, oh dang, I gotta figure out how to keep this on my leg. I'll just wrap it with with purple. She's a mess and I love her. No wonder that they have to keep having to give her more outfits. These are garbage. Man, I want to like this one, but the purple's really weird. Like if you just turn her where they can't see that purple, it's a pretty cool outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Who is the person green lighting these?
It was their first recolor. Give them a break.
I guess.
No, don't give them a break. It's funnier.
I guess. But yeah, this is a fun outfit. It's good. Not great, but it's good.
Yeah. All right, 3 to go.
Tired now.
She got a take on the classic X-Men outfit.
Oh, what's with the animated thing behind her head? It's her hair thing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Man, the classic X-Men fit is so good though.
Mm-hmm.
They really played with the shape in an interesting way though, because there's like these cutouts, but they're very pink violet, like her powers. I'm not sure about the way they put the big motif of the butterfly on there. I think they're going for an X shape, but it's a little...
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about this costume is the butterfly in her chest.
It's just, it's so big, and the way they had to wrap it, it gets a bit misshapen.
Yeah.
I think they could have done a little better. I think scaling it down might have been better too, because it could have been more like an emblem. And then it could have been shared in like the X-Men emblem. Because I do like what the gold shape is doing, because it's making like kind of this big yellow shape that's kind of interconnected, especially with the collar and the pauldrons. And even though there's a gap between where they're attached, they look like the same unit, and it makes this kind of neat sweeping downward with the cutouts under her arm. I really like that a lot, because it's giving a lot of depth to the pauldrons, especially with that double black layer. So it makes it kind of recessed, and so you get this kind of bulk onto her outfit. I think they could have done the half mask though, because again, ninja, there's no reason I could see that she couldn't be wearing like a black mask that covers like the lower half of her face.
Mm-hmm.
like a ski mask, not a ski mask. Well, kind of, you know what I mean though. Like they just cover the nose or just below the nose. They could have made it like magenta so it looks girly. Or the same material as the cutouts. That could have been cool too. I'm actually kind of surprised how little they really jump in on the ninja shinobi bit, considering how hard they went with it on the first design. But when you kind of look at her classic design, she wasn't very ninja coded either.
Yeah.
And I think the Peach Momoko one, because of the setting that one comes from, probably went more ninja. But Psylocke is one that I really do think would kind of benefit from a little bit of a retcon and be more ninja-like, because wouldn't be cooler than a female ninja in the greater Marvel universe, you know?
Well, here's the thing. She did get a retcon. In order to resolve the decades-long fetish snarl of a white woman taking over an Asian woman's body, they finally put Betsy Braddock back in her own body and put the woman whose body she took over back into the Psylocke body. So now Quanon is Psylocke and Betsy Braddock is Captain Britain, I think.
No, they did not.
Why is that the thing that made you laugh?
Because the white woman that was taking over the Asian woman's body became Captain Britain. The country known for stealing everyone else's shit and putting it in a museum and saying, yes, you can come and visit if you'd like to see your cultural heritage.
I think she's Captain Britain. I haven't really kept up with it.
I really hope it is, because that would be honestly the funniest shit they could possibly do with this train wreck of a conundrum. Oh my gosh, I hope you're right, because that would be so funny.
Come on, all right, commenters, tell us if I'm right or wrong.
If he's not right, he should be. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking I briefly heard about that. So yeah, it's hard to like retcon characters like that, because it's like sometimes it's just easier to just let things go.
The thing of it is, it was always canon that she was Betsy Braddock in an Asian woman's body, but I'm not sure what exactly the retcon was, but now the original owner of the body is in possession of it.
Yeah.
She is a Japanese ninja, apparently.
Now I have even more questions about manifesting weapons with their mind.
This, by the way, this is what I'm convinced the reason that they used Psy instead of Betsy or Quanon is because Psy from Demon Days does not have any of this baggage.
Yeah, most likely. But I think, that's even more reason I think that they could lean more into the shinobi aspect, is to bring more of that like culture in, because there's the pop culture of it, because the real shinobi ninjas just dressed in regular clothes because there were basically secret assassins. But it was more the stage plays that brought in the more pop culture version of them, because they would come in and they would call them that because what their purpose was to move sets and things in the background and props, or whatever was needed for the play. But they were dressed in all black because the background's all black, and so you were supposed to politely ignore that they were running around on stage. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of led to like the pulp culture version.
Yeah, from what I hear, the genesis of it was one play had one of the stagehands suddenly leap out on stage and commit a murder in the play. And that's the genesis of modern ninja iconography.
And it's fun, like, like as a writer, you can play with it both ways. You can play with it in the historical sense and like read about the real life people that inspired it. You can play with it in the pulp culture sense, and then secret assassin who's got superhuman reflexes. It's just a cool concept. Mm-hmm. And that the fact that they have all this like tradition and honor and baggage on it is just like chef's kiss, right? It's like everybody loves a knight, just like everybody loves a samurai, everybody loves ninja. It's just one of those motifs that's just going to be timeless because it's just too cool. Oh, I like the back decal as I get distracted if I'm going back to critique her design. But yeah, This one, they're like the other ones, they play with the X shape a bit. Even the animated butterfly is a bit more X shaped than it was before. I think it's the animated one though is a little too eye catchy though, because it's so fluttery and high key that from the front, when I first saw this outfit, I kept going, "What's that thing behind her head?" You know. I think they should have put this butterfly on the front, like a spoiler, like.
Just flapping its wings in her cleavage.
Yep. At least I got the right color scheme.
Does she technically have cleavage if she doesn't have a cutout? Is it only cleavage when the insides of your boobs are bare? Huh.
Question for the ages. But yeah, I do think the center one is a little too big for what they were wanting to do on this outfit.
Yeah, agreed.
But I do like the way they incorporated pink into it, because it's not really an outfit that you would think would have this kind of balance with pink in it. Because they do have red, but not a lot of it. A lot of the outfit is just, the blue and the yellow. So I think it's kind of a nice combo of Psylocke's kind of red, violet, pink color that they've used a little bit on her other outfits, the purple and the traditional X-Men fit. I especially like how it kind of cuts the outfit up on the top portion, because they don't really use the cutouts on the bottom portion at all. It still has like the leotard look too, because like the yellow piece goes all the way through like a leotard normally would. They really cut the bottom half down a little bit because they're using horizontal lines, like with the double bands all around the legs and the boots. So a lot of the verticality, especially with the top, because you have big vertical yellow, big vertical blue, vertical pink. Even in the smaller sections of the arm, they're taller than they are wide. So that's kind of like a nice stopping point to kind of, keep you up in the upper portion of the outfit. Especially because pink's only used in the upper portion. So it's kind of like a nice horizontal stopping point, which is kind of one in the belt, but the red is, to me, is value-wise very similar to the pinks and not that far different. I mean, it's different enough that it stands out, but it's not so different that it makes me stop horizontally. Because for me, at least, my eye just completely jumps through the belt to the rest of the yellow as far as the way it works on this outfit. So the double bands of yellow are really like the big stopping point to really just keep your eyes from going boom and down. It kind of makes you go to the sides, then you have to go back up, kind of creating this like a vortex cycle of down, out, up, around, down. I like what they did with the hair, though. I like it up like that in the looser ponytail.
Yeah.
I kind of would like that for her default one. Their default one looks a lot younger and more playful. This is like an older, more serious Psylocke. If that makes sense. Not by a lot, but like... Yes, this one's not around to play games. She's here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And she's all out of bubblegum.
Yeah, because it's smeared across her costume.
And there's like a little bit of shapes and forms on like the rest of the suit too, because I'm looking at the gauntlets, but it's all like monochromatic yellow. There's not any variation in tone or anything, so it really just reads as one shape despite how much form is there. So they're just like big chunky shapes. I feel like it's been a while since we looked at a suit or an idea that had really big chunky shapes. This one has a little bit of it, because it has a lot of the other outfits we've seen in this style had the big chunky X-Men shapes. But I feel like it's been a while since we looked at any costumes that had like the big chunky. Maybe some of the Penny ones, because we had some of the robot designs. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting distracted. It's a nice suit. I like a lot of the throw lines. Like there's a black throw line to the knee. It's like crisscrossing. I feel like the knee is somewhat X-shaped, and I can't really describe why, because it's definitely not an X.
Half of the X is on each of her legs, I think.
Yeah, that might be it. Because there's like something about it. And maybe it's when you change angles too, like you want to complete the shape. And it's just enough to make you think it should be X-shaped. Especially from like certain angles.
She's got X's on her thighs.
Yeah, nice. This one has some of the dramatic cutouts some of the other outfits kind of have too, with like a big panel essentially. But I like it a lot on this suit. I don't know, they should have done something a little different with the front on the top, because I like the pink there. I think they should have done her rounder, shorter butterfly motif, so it would have fit on the chest a lot better and not have to go so long. Because I know they're trying to make it X-shaped, but I think it was just the wrong place. Or they could have done the big rounder butterfly and then had the X shape in the inside of it instead of the flower drawing that her base outfit had. You can go look at the base outfit because I don't have a lot left to say on this one anyway, but just see how the flower's drawn on this outfit. If you can get a zoom in on her outfit. So you can see one in light blue right here. Like the leaf part of each of the wings is much rounder. So you could fit that, it's more compact, you can fit it in a smaller space. And I'm thinking they should have done that and just drawn the middle as the X in like a contrasting color, either light or dark. Instead of the really long winged one they did on that costume. They should have me as a secondary designer.
I'd love to see what you do to redesign some characters' costumes.
Yeah. But honestly, they do really good on texture and stuff, probably better than I would. And I only get to critique the end result. So they do some really cool stuff. I think there's like a few times they should do better research on like the style they're doing, but not very often.
Yeah.
They have some very solid designers on their team.
All right, so I hear your desire for more ninja theming, for more shinobi.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead,
now
let's do pirate Psylocke.
Oh my gosh. There's pirates that are Asian. Thank you very much. One of the most dread pirates on the earth was Chinese.
True.
She pirated so hard the government paid her to stop pirating because they were like, we can't stop you. If you promise to stop pirating, will you take all this land and live a happy life without pillaging all our merchant ships, please?
Kind of reminds me of the DBZ Abridged joke about what happened to Yamcha after the Cell Games, where he joined a baseball team and immediately destroyed their viewership because he hit a home run every time he went to bat. And so every game was boring and the stands were empty, and they finally paid him $10 million to retire.
Maybe so. This is a pretty wild take, though. Like, this feels like it's doing the space pirate thing again, like the other outfit did.
Yeah, it's a space pirate Psylocke.
So I'm just thinking, like, dang, I would have loved a long coat on this. Long coats are just. I know everybody wants to do cute, so they do. Oh, let's do a short jacket, but long coats, the drapery, the movement. You gotta have the long coats. And the better thing too is if you do the long coats, you can just fuck up the edges of the long coat so they're all ratty and smoked off and gunfire and holes. And they look fly and sexy as hell. And then yeah, anyway. So I wish we had some long coat. She has oh gosh, what is going on with the outfit underneath the jacket? Because I was like, there's like this little collar thing and then a necklace, but then she's wearing like a swimsuit bra, but it has like spaghetti straps. So I guess she's just girl bossing her way through piracy. The anchor.
Hey, tits out is how a lot of the female pirates have run their ships.
Yeah, true. Finally, the girls are free. The anchor earrings are cute though. And the glasses are kind of a neat touch. She has robot hands, I just realized. Like, they're all mechanical.
Yeah.
What happened to her? Did they, like, be like, you're a pirate, off with your hands? And she's like, it won't stop me, robot hands.
Why is she wearing 2 watches?
Time zones.
It's always time to pirate.
She keeps crossing like the international date line or something to pirate. So she needs to know the time in both regions. I don't know. The gold pauldrons are pretty nice though. They're epaulets, I guess is what they technically are called when they're this style.
I think it's pronounced Epaulet. I'm not sure. I think it's French.
Damn the French. Why so many letters? Actually, their worst crime, though, is being like, the words are wonderful, but the spelling could look better. Let's remove letters just cause. So it looks nicer on paper. And I'm just like, you mad lads. The belt's got, like, is huge, though. That's kind of interesting. Like, big, chunky belt with some kind of plasma bullets on the side.
Yeah.
And then the cutouts on the pants are kind of fun. Like, they're like, the whole side is just bare skin.
Kind of Harlequin-y.
Yeah. So kind of, and also it gets bigger in scale as it goes up, so it's kind of like a repetition of boop, 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 boop. Mm-hmm. It's like boop, 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 midriff boobies. The hair is super red, though. Why do they keep changing her hair color so much?
I don't know.
Like, are they allergic to just having her have a cool purple hair? Because I'm like, yeah, the red's neat, but it's like the purple hair seems to be pretty definitive of the character. Like, they don't do this with the guys near as much. They're like, you have brown hair? Well, I guess it's just going to be brown no matter what. At best, like, it gets a little desaturated or gray. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. They do this a lot to the girls.
We just did an episode about a Hulk skin that has multicolored hair.
Yeah, but have anything but neon teal.
True.
Only when it's a Galactus skin. And
there's some Galactus cyan in the Infinity Hulk skin.
They style it really differently each time too. Because like this one has like a poof ball, but then like long hair and a low ponytail, and then a braid.
Yeah.
And like it's really piratey and chaotic. It looks nice, but I just keep thinking like, what is the defining character of Psylocke if they can change her design this drastically each time?
Yeah.
The sword guard is really cool though.
Oh yeah.
Like the big piratey guard with the big flourish, and it's all oversized and ridiculous and beautiful. They're messing a little bit with more of the purples because you have like a more red, violet, and dull purple, and it goes pinkish and bright to light to dark. So there's a lot of variety there in the purple. I think they could have just kept her hair dark though. Like I feel like the red's really pretty and eye-catching and it looks nice, but I kind of would have liked the dark hair on her, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's also like a thing too that I mean, it depends on who you ask, because some people complain about like when everybody draws Asian characters, they always have to give them like a hair color. But then like it kind of depends on the show though, because you have like anime shows where they do have lots of multicolored hair, but they're usually a lot more cartoony and fanciful. Mm-hmm. So then the colored hair just becomes like a design motif to differentiate different characters. It just feels, I don't know. Maybe it's just my personal I just think dark hair would look really cool. Like darker than the jacket hair with a purple hue. I just think it would look really nice. Maybe my other issue is there's nothing else red besides the hair.
Yeah.
So it feels very like dangerous redhead pirate, I guess. But I guess maybe that just feels cliche and not very Psylocke to me.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the dark hair would get the mystery shinobi pirate. Does she have... She has kind of a abstract butterfly motif on the back of the jacket.
It's a butterfly skull, yeah.
But it's like a skull. I still wish...
I just noticed she's got the butterfly effects coming off of her sash.
Yeah, I was just noticing the back of the boots too. The high boots have a X butterfly maybe. I don't know, I just feel like I like the idea of the ninja motif and they just don't use it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm thinking like shinobi pirate, oh, that sounds sick as hell. Yeah, let's do it. And this is like, there's nothing like hidden assassin anything about the outfit, you know? Because even if you took out like the longer history of the character hasn't really looked like a ninja, I'm presuming she still has like a battle prowess assassin motif going on, right? Like a mercenary for hire at most. And I just don't get any of that vibe out of these. It's still a very fun design though, and I like the long sleeves and the sash and things. I guess to me it's just not as playful as it could be considering the motif. Because what was it? Deadpool had a pirate costume. Like his was sick as hell. Like big, bombastic. And her like the most bombastic thing is the red hair, I think, and the no top, just the bra thing going on. Bikini look, bikini armor.
Mm-hmm.
I guess size and scale wise though, things are pretty nice. Like the extra wide belt looks good, and the extra wide epaulets or pauldrons or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
The glasses I think are a nice refined touch because they're a little classiness. And the robot hands are interesting. It makes me think of what kind of story or dangers she might have had.
Looking down the sleeve, I think it's a robot arm.
Yeah, I said it was, well, I got the sleeve robot arm. I didn't was going to assume how far it went. I just know it's all prosthetic.
Yeah.
Like, she no longer has hands. They're mechanical, robotic. Apparently the arm too. Maybe it goes all the way up to the shoulder. We don't know.
She got this nice jacket with nice sleeves to hide it. And now we're prying into it.
Maybe it's just a skin and her real hands are just underneath there and she just thought it looked sick as hell. So it looked like she had robot arms.
Yep.
And it's all just in the style. And she still has flesh fingers underneath. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
She's got an ass on her though.
Right? Every time they have like leggings, they just really cut the ass really well. It does look kind of funny. They do the big belt, but then they have to do the pirate sash anyway. So somehow that sash is like perfectly aligned underneath the belt. No, just like why didn't you just do the pirate sash then if you're gonna put a belt on it anyway? It's like a little spoiler. I do like that there's more violet in the back of the red hair. Kind of ties it together a bit nicer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's just for me, like, it's a nice outfit, but it's not as adventurous as I think it could have been. Like, it's good. Maybe even great. But I don't feel excited. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, the Deadpool one, and I'm not even, like, a big Deadpool fan anyway, but, like, his is so weird, and I feel excited looking at it. Like, the robot half face. And, you know, like, and a lot of that represents Deadpool's chaotic character. Like, the whole design kind of fits the Deadpool vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a little bit of Psylocke vibe in all of these, but I feel like hers is not very strongly represented. Like, I think if it were me, I'd be like, okay, we're making a lot of costumes, but we're not really having a strong Psylocke anything. Maybe we need to step back and decide what is Psylocke's defining traits as a character, or especially with one that's been retconned so hardly. And you know, like, how do we want to represent this going in the future so that the costumes are both visually pleasing but also thematically exciting? Because I love pirate designs. What's not to love? It's silly. It's not even based on real things. It's like Spanish based artists. It's just like, I draw a lot of like Spanish militia and regular pirates are boring, so I'm going to draw a lot of Spanish militia inspired pirate costumes, and that just redefined the pirate look forever. And, you know, I don't know, I just want a little more adventurous. I think the robot hands are my favorite part so far, but they're one that's like really easy to miss if you're just at a glance, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what if she had like a whole robot like leg and you could see it through one side, like one half of it, or like one part of her hip had a big robot, you know, like, because there is a cutout there. I don't know. It's just like, it just needs to be pushed like a little bit further, and I think it'd be really, really good. So it'd go from like good to great again. But this one is more on theme. It's kind of funny. The last one I was saying was more like the theme was perfect, but the execution was just good. And this one I'm thinking like the execution is great, but the theme is just good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the opposite problem. But when you're talking about superhero characters and you know what you can do creatively with them, it makes a lot of difference, because these characters do come with a lot of history. They have a lot of visual theming anyway, because they're all different people and they have to be visually distinct in a huge roster of characters.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to do the thing of like, oh, we made this character but then they got confused for someone else. I feel like Spider-Man's like a really great example of this, because except for like carbon copies of the character, most of the very distinct Spider-Man but not Spider-Man characters have a very distinct motif or visual style that you put them in a lineup, like, yeah, it's Spider-Man, but you know it's not Peter Parker. You know, you're like, that one's Miles Morales, and that one's Penny Parker, and this one's is Peter Noir. You know, like they're so distinct from each other that you don't confuse them for each other because they found a motif and they stick strongly to it, while still staying in the same design, more or less. And that's honestly really what's fun about being an artist, is when you get in like this very narrow design choices and you still are able to flex it in really amazing ways just by using like, you know, like noir film, right? So they would put that on Spider-Man and then boom, whole new idea and emotion and story to tell. Or you do like, oh, you know, Looney Tunes, Spider Pig, you know. You know, it's so fun. And
bitten by a radioactive pig.
Yeah, like that one's like obviously a joke character, and the way they keep expanding it is just such a fun thing about collaborative storytelling, which is one of the unique things about superhero stories, because unlike a lot of other stories, the change of hands really does lend to a lot of different interpretations.
People have been telling Captain America stories since before the fathers of the current Captain America writers were born.
Yeah. Pretty neat. And some of that does come down to like how classic the motif of the character is. Like Batman it's such an old character at this point, but the motif of a person who loses everything but then is called to do greater good, that does not do good to himself but for others, is just a very interesting character to explore. And you know, some people explore it as like being very dramatic and intense and threatening. Other people explore it as in it's a costume to wear, but he himself is a very open and passionate and kind person. Mm-hmm. And you know, the costume is just there for looks to the people who need to be scared. Which, yeah, gosh, I need to get you watching some of the Batman series.
I do want to watch the animated series.
Yeah, you should. It's good. Oh, but anyway, I went off on a tangent again. I'm just full of them today. I swear I took my meds. Mwah. But yeah, I don't know if I can say anything more on this one that I haven't already said. Great design, but only good on the theme.
Yeah.
What is the thing is here? It says, Jeff, your bravery is inspiring. The Collector's Museum is pure torment. It takes real courage to step inside once more. Oh, so like there's a whole story there too.
Yep.
Then anyhow.
Alright, last costume, though this does have 2 recolors.
Alright. No recolor for the pirate though? Interesting.
Nope, this is just an epic skin.
That just seems like a good one for recolors though, you know? But anyway.
Yeah. This is part of the Formula R racing theme.
Oh, have we seen any racing themed ones yet?
I'm not sure. I know Squirrel Girl has one, Thor's got one, Luna got one that just came out, and there's this one.
Oh no! I haven't seen that look since the early 2000s. With the underwear and the pants zipped down on purpose.
Yep. And the half butterfly tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
And the sports bra.
You know, I thought with the pants down like that, it was going to be like one of those work suits, like mechanic suits, but just the lower half was zipped down. But no, it's just like, I guess they're high-waisted pants, but still, damn. Yeah. Damn, like, girl.
I freely admit this costume looks silly as shit, but I unironically love it. This
is girl gang, though. Really. This is not even tits out. This is crotch out. Girl gang, girl boss,
a real pussy out day.
Girl destroy. Because even the kneecaps are like a broken heart and a whole heart. Mm-hmm. It's very like punk, in a very fun way. And I like that they use the racing harness as a way to like really tighten up the pin-up sports bra look. Because it's this like creates this little boob cutout on what normally would not have one. Mm-hmm. They're really high-waisted thong panties that just go up and over the bony part of the thigh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to drag our eyes away from that because she has some like racing patches and things. that are like they're actually look like oh, X-Men, nice, but like one of those sponsorship patches or like a racing jacket kind of thing.
Her sponsor on her back is Orochi, which is the name of, in keeping with the other Formula R characters being sponsored by villainous corporations, that's the name of her villain from Demon Days.
Nice.
Her version of Venom.
I was also trying to figure out if the emblem on the front was like a bike or something, the yellow one. But it's really weird shape.
Hellfire Gala.
Ah, okay. And then another X-Men showing her like attachment to the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
They did something really fun with the like the headset, because it's like one of those, like, they keep your ears protected.
Butterfly wings.
They keep your ears protected from the loud noises of the engine.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, like, it's also attached to the glasses, so it's like this sci-fi, every one, you know, all in one.
And they're each half of a butterfly.
Yeah, and they create these big, like, ear-like protrusions off of her, too, and add a lot of bulk to her head.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks really cool. She also looks, again, mysterious and dangerous, right? Like a ninja would. The turning the sword into a giant bat is amazing. And, like, girl gangs and biker gangs in Japan were, like, a thing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they still are, because I don't know if gang stuff is really as prevalent nowadays, because the rate of crime has really just kind of fallen off in most places everywhere. But there's like vintage pictures from things like the 80s and 90s where like there were boy gangs a lot, but there were a few girl gangs as well. And you'll see it pop up in popular culture of like an older woman, and they'll be like, her sordid past as a girl gang member.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with her, man. She's tough as nails and she'll take you out. So I like the like snake skin on the side of the pants motif, and it's like a little bit stylized and girly too, because like everything's a little bit rounder and flourishy. It kind of reminds me of like arabesque design, where it's like very geometric, but it's also very stylized and ordered. Because the way they did like the big scale shape, and then inside that scale shape is the smaller ones. Because Arab art is very geometric based. Because it really tied down to a lot of religious art was you couldn't make depictive art. So to represent ideas about religion, they went geometric. So everything is like super measured and super intense, and it's like the amount of dedication to the geometry is insane. Because they couldn't do pictorial art because that was sacrilegious. So instead they made some of the most insane patterns known to man. But it kind of reminds me of that style of art, the way that it's a shape inside of a shape and then it's repeated. But I like it a lot. I don't see anything else interesting going on, because the pinks, she does have a belt and it's not it's useless. That belt's just there for flexing, so when she goes around the corners, it like flexes and she gets more speed. But I was thinking about like what they did with color here, because bubblegum pink is clearly like the breadwinner here. But we also have more of the magenta on the bat. There's darker versions of the pink on the gloves and the knees, but it's the same hue, more or less. I think there's a little bit more intensity on the inner part of the jacket, because there's like a dark cutout underneath on the under part of the arm, which see right there. And there's a lot of saturation to that. So I think that one might be slightly different in hue, in that it's just a little more reddish than pinkish. But only like in some areas, I think. I think it's where it's needed, because the gloves are very pink, violet, but then the inner part is a little more warm. And not to the point that it's a lot different, but just a little. The collar's dark. And then more magenta on the headpiece, which is probably to tie it in, because then it goes red-violet on the visor. And then they start bringing in more purple for her hair, but this time it's desaturated quite a lot. So it's very bluish, desaturated, and then you have very desaturated light blue as these other additional colors, which is used on the hair, the headpiece, and the ears that come off of it. but also used in some of the patches on the side. There's like, the silver looking patch is actually a blue, the little checkerboard one on the front.
Oh.
See what I mean? It's like very bluish.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like blue on the other one, and like the white's pretty neutral, but there's like some silver accents, but not a lot. So it's a pretty tight palette, really. There's a little bit of brown in the harness and the gloves, but the brown is like very warm, so it just goes with the pinks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you were like to color pick this as a color palette, you have basically majority pink and a few hues of red and magenta that are very related to that shade of pink, just darker or brighter, or a little bit more red. And then you have very desaturated pale blues, pale purple, and a little bit of silver accents. And there's like a little bit of yellow on the gloves. That one's actually pretty much a wild card, though. I don't know what's with the yellow, except that it just sets it apart a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of okay with, because I feel like a lot of sports gear have bright colors, and they are using yellow a little bit in the patches, too. Because there's a patch with the Hellfire Gala that's yellow, and I don't know if there's one on the back that had any yellow on it or not. There's some flyaway brush strokes, but that's pretty solidly pink, blue, and silver. Blue's on the back, too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some yellow, but it's used very little.
The right side of the Orochi logo is a stylized Venom face.
Nice. And there are some dark grays, but just in the boots, the belts, and like the headpiece, the band on it. It's a really nice color palette. I like it when the color palettes are very like tight and controlled, though. They just look nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a lot more warmth in the grays than I thought, because even like the lower part of her underwear is a very warm gray. I guess a little colder on the other piece, but it might just be in comparison to the brown of the harness. And then the side tattoo, though. It's a very slutty fit.
The game does not beat the Gunnar game allegations.
It does not.
But sometimes the horny skins are pretty sick, and I like this one.
What's the Yashida?
I don't know. That might be a villainous corporation in the Marvel Universe, but I've never heard of it.
I want to try if that's the name of the villain in one of the Spider-Man games. Because there was one where you fight a bunch of guys that are in masks, I think in the Miles Morales version. I think it's been so long, though. But I remember like one of the main villains, besides the bigger arc of other villains, is this guy that, like, all of his mercenaries wear like a Oni white mask, and you have to defeat all of them. And then I think he could control minds, so like half the time they're brainwashed anyway.
Yeah.
And I think there's like a big thing where you have to do like a one-on-one battle with him. But it's been years since I played the game, and I'm just trying to remember if that's the right guy or even how it played out. I remember it was really cool, though. I liked it. I was just like, man, it's been forever.
Wait, are you talking about the Negative Man?
Maybe.
Yeah. His name's not Yashida.
Oh, it's not? Okay. I don't remember. But I remember he also wears the masks, too. But I can't remember what his deal was. It was something, worked for a company, something, betrayed his family, something, they should all suffer now.
Mm-hmm.
Something. I mean, he was right, but also he was killing too many people. Like, please, man, only demolish the people involved. These other innocents, please, stop harassing them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if that's the same game where there's like the quick time events, and I kept failing one over and over, and it ended up being very funny because it's just like a very action-packed scene. So it's like, save these citizens from a car. Save this, stop the helicopter. And I'd always miss the helicopter ones. So it would just be like, and then just like the horrified mask face of Spider-Man going, he's like flying down. And it gets a little comical if you miss the same one over and over, because you're just like, not again. But yeah, that's a nice last costume to end on.
Yeah. All right.
I still can't believe they went that way with the outfit, though. Like, they put that out and they're just like, will this change the rating of the game? Oh no, there's recolors.
Yep. Ready?
All right. Orange.
Very orange.
That's very racer orange, though, with the white and orange jacket. Who started that motif anyway? Because it used to be a thing, like, things would come in the color white and orange specifically.
I don't know. I've never paid attention to racing.
Not even just in racing, but in, like, in technology stuff. Like, if you weren't getting the chrome version, there was usually a version that was white and orange, white and pink, and white and blue. Or, like, the future!
Mm-hmm.
Those colors specifically. The tattoo's red now. That's kind of cool.
Blood red, even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very different arrangement of colors. I feel like some of it gets a little more monochromatic because there's less variety in this particular shade of orange, because it's just burnt orange or orange, and it doesn't have like kind of the hue shifting of the pink version did.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still have pink kneecaps, which are a little eye-catching because at least on the other suit they were color matched. I feel like they should have went with white kneecaps, honestly. But the hair is pink, so it does tie in a little bit. But it's like pink to lilac or purple. I do like how the checkerboard's treated on the back, though, because that feels very like road sign caution sign. That's caution size. That's the pants is. But caution road signs is that kind of pattern with the the striping, but in this case checker marks. They still have a lot of blue on the outfit too, though, because it's on the wings of the headpiece. I like the idea of an orange and white motif, but I don't think I really like the way the secondary colors are playing in with it as much. So I feel like the blue and the pink are not harmonized very well, especially with where they're used. Because like I like this like blue turned to purple patch on the arm, but then like the light blue visor feels out of place with all the orange. Or maybe it's silver? I don't know. It looks very light blue in comparison. It lets the orange not sing as a color motif as much as the pink did.
Yeah.
I like the red, though. I wish they had relied more on that, because I really like the red and white checker on the suit, and the way the pink is kind of used on this patch, where it's more reddish pink, rather than the desaturated pale pink for her hair. They should have used that hair color from the tennis outfit, so she could have like pinky reddish hair, just like a light red. Or orange, or light orange, I guess it would be at that point. I think that would look a lot better. Especially since they really just do not seem to care about her hair color on any of her outfits. She is just like the anime template girl for all their designs, honestly, because they're just like, her hair can be whatever color. But yeah, I like some parts, but I don't like the secondary color use very much. Also, her bike doesn't change colors. Not that you'd see the bike in the game. I don't know if you do, but I kind of wish it changed to orange too.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Like, treat it as an accessory. Alrighty. So we see the last one. Blue! This one I think the pink works a lot better than on the orange one.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like the knee braces, they blend into the blue, and then the pink's kind of like a pop. So it's like a nice value change and color change. I just realized, though, they made the underwear white, so it's even somehow worse with the black stripes and then the white undies. But I like the white visor. I really like the dark on the visor, too, instead of a light color. That looks really nice to me. And it looks like does she have dark roots with light hair? Or is that just shadow?
Oh, that's dark roots.
Yeah, nice. That looks nice to me, with all the blues and whites and things.
You would say that, Mr. Bleached Hair.
I have to bleach it before I turn it blue. Otherwise, it just makes my hair like... I have a very dark blonde as I got older. It just makes the hair blonde, but slightly bluer.
Yeah.
And not in like my hair is blue way, but in that my hair is less yellow toned. And like that's useless. It's like I just wasted hair dye. It looks hardly different. Like scientific comparison. I also like the use of some of the greens, because there's some green, minty greens over here. That mint green is you have to have blue to make it. It looks really nice. The bat actually looks cool in this color scheme. It looks glowing. This actually pulls out a lot of the braiding on the back of her hair really good too. Yeah, I like this one much better than the orange.
Do you like it better than the pink, though?
Yeah, that is the question, though. I mean, the pink feels very girl boss. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not, like, really that much big of a fan of pink costumes. So I feel like it's a really good pink costume, and I like it for that. And I think the hair color goes with it really well. Feels very, like, Barbie bubblegum pink going on. It's done really nicely.
Oh, she's got dark roots in this costume, too.
Oh, nice. I didn't notice that before. I just really liked how pale the blue was for the hair, because it makes it, like, colorful, but not, like, competing with the pink. And I really liked that. I also like the silver harness quite a lot, because it feels more, you know, streetwear mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I'd personally play the blue outfit, but that's just because of my aversion to pink. I do think, I think design-wise, I do think I like the pink one better. Preference-wise, I like blue, but pink, I think, has a very nice balance between the colors used. Like, look at the flame on the bat, and then, like, check the blue one. See? Like, you don't not, it's still cool looking, but the contrast is so nice on the other one. And I don't think the orange one has anything for contrast. I think it's the same as the blue one. It's like,
yeah,
well,
it's pink.
It's white. But yeah, the pink with the blue flames is just like a nice contrast of hot and cold. I really don't like the pink hair on the orange one, though. I think they really should have gone a lot warmer and just went over to red and just forgot about having purple on her outfit, except for maybe as a splash color. Because they didn't even commit to having purple on her tattoo. Like, the pink one is pretty much committed to that color scheme. Like, this one, it's pink. And then that one, it's pink, like her glasses. And then the orange one, they're like, I mean, it's red like the visor, but it's so dark. It looks cool, but I wish the other colors would have followed with it.
Yeah. All right, so that's our last costume.
I feel bad because I don't want to hate the orange one. It's just they didn't use the colors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's
Boom. Girl
All right.
boss.
All right, MVP time. We'll start with her default.
Alrighty. Cute. She's a pretty cutesy character, though.
Yeah?
Maybe that's why a lot of her other costumes go really not very ninja-y and just go cutesy instead. Because, like, even this MVP is very, like, butterfly cutesy, you know, lethal cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, though. It's actually a lot, pretty nice basic MVP. Now you gotta look at the MVPs for the other ones, too.
Yeah. All right, heroes. Psylocke.
I was also kind of thinking the butterfly thing really reminds me of like how prevalent butterflies were in Y2K aesthetics for a while. And then, like, I think it was prevalent in more than one type, but it was really prevalent in one certain type that it does not exist anymore.
All right, so for the festival one.
Oh, got time coming through on the other one.
It's coming through in video, but not for us.
Does she have a mask in the... What? She has a cool mask in the MVP that's not part of the costume?
Yep.
That's bullshit. They got robbed. Having the mask on the outfit makes it like 10 times better for no reason. Like, that's cute as fuck. And the pom-poms finally make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did she lose her butterfly, Brett, in the MVP? I guess she has it, but...
Let's see if it stays there.
Huh. Oh, it's just just at the right angle that you can't see it in the splash image. Also, this puts it, her hair is more pink than red. Like, I could have sworn from her regular outfit, or at least what it looked like on the screen, was that it looked very red and white. And there's more, at least it looks like there's more colors instead of just two distinct bands in the front. I mean, there's some side bands on the side, but like it looked like it was very distinctly white, two bands, and then a bunch of extra bands of red. That's so weird. This also looks cuter than the model. What the hell happened? Because like, look how shiny the ribbon is in the sheer on the it looks like sheer anyway, but it's like a very pale pink on the sleeve instead of white. Why does that look 10 times cuter than the actual 3D outfit? That's weird. I still feel like, though, if it was supposed to be festival themed, that they should have went harder on the festival. But it's whatever. Does she get a different one for the different colors, or do you have to watch the pink one even if you're using the grape one?
I don't know.
Should we check?
I'm not sure we can. Yeah, no, it's I think anyway. Yeah, no, it's just one per costume.
Bummer.
But the other one that we can't see in game is the beach outfit.
Is her? Oh, it's a toy. I was like, I thought it was a fishing line at first. What? No. Then they do the, oh, she dropped the camera, but then they changed the end pose for the final MVP shot. That's such a weird thing to do. Because she goes falls, and I thought, oh, they're gonna do like a cute, and then it's like, nope, she looked sexy the whole time. She's just too perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Her shitty photos are even good. Huh. That felt weird, because most of the jumps are like very, like they cut right at the moment that the model quits moving, so that you get this cool, you know, like cut of like the moment after, essentially. Or even if it's not the moment after, if it's like a different pose, they cut it so that the character is cut in the same location area as where they ended the previous scene, so it has this like smash frozen kind of feeling to it. This one is not very, it's very abrupt. I was going to say not very good, but but it's so abrupt that you have a shot of her from her back going, ah, you know, and then to oh, here's my vacation photo that I took, because, you know, I only post the good photos to Instagram. that was felt odd to me. Also feel like, again, that I know that her whole outfit, beach outfit, is more muted, but it feels like this is lacks a lot of tropical color that the other scenes had. Even as far as the background feels very muted, and the stickers and things. Like, I feel like it would make her colors more interesting if the background was brighter. That's just like my opinion, man.
All right. Back to the game. Let's see. How about her disco skin?
Hey, it was DDR the whole time. I knew it! Konami's gonna want their paycheck any day now.
Yeah, it's a little snow one.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get the anniversary thing. It just still feels weird to me that it's in the ending illustrations, though.
Yeah.
Like, you think that'd be something to put in the description, like, you know, for Luna Snow's world tour, blah, blah, you know, or whatever, and then I should hope.
A lot of people are upset that the concert tour theme wasn't for Dazzler.
It's a very fun stage theme, though. And this is a very interesting set. It's very playful. It makes it feel like she's one of the performers with Luna Snow, though.
Yeah.
You know, rather than an attendee or an audience member. I mean, there is a crowd behind her. I knew all that time playing DDR was not for nothing. One of these days, this is going to be me. My time has come. It'll probably be that, but then it'll be for, like, the other game that's like DDR. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called right now. But instead of up, down, left, right, it's the four corners. I've never actually played it because it wasn't really a thing available, but they do have one at the arcade. I could try it someday. But yeah, I'm just a little nostalgic because I really liked GDR.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that, but also I like the outfit, and I think the colors actually for the background are very playful because they're not really that matched with her outfit, and it gives a lot of movement to it. Very different. Not sure it's very Psylocke though, but it is very playful and fun.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, on to the tennis one.
It's kind of criminal though that it has color changes and they don't apply to... Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I know, right?
I wasn't expecting like the slutty come hither, I'm tired on the court pose.
Yeah. Completely out of left field for this.
I know,
for this
right?
MVP.
I was like, oh, no, it's gonna be like sporty and stuff, or like end with like a power slam, you know, tennis style, you know, like that scene. But no, it's just, Is she the most popular girl at school, but for all the wrong reasons? I do feel like I keep looking through all the skins and how they treat her as a character, and I keep trying to figure her out as in like, what do they want this character to be? Because it's very off in a different direction than what I would have thought, considering the character of Psylocke, who I don't know that much about, but I always got this like image of like hardened, gruff,
Yeah, like...
no nonsense.
Psy is a bit softer than 616 Psylocke from what I know about both characters.
Yeah, and then with the retcon too, like obviously there's not a lot of time to get more familiar with the new version of the character either. Which, yeah, they could like be more sporty and friendly, but like this feels very one note, honestly, when they're doing this kind of stuff with the character. Like, yeah, we've seen girls be cute and sexy. Is she anything else?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of harsh, but hello? Like, I like it when they can be both cute, sexy, but there needs to be like a secret third thing. Because this game can be very pin-up-y for both the girls and guys, depending on the costume. But I do feel like it's really surprising with the number of skins. I don't feel like they've given her much of an identity.
Yeah.
As far as a character. This is almost running into Namor territory a little bit. Well, not as badly as Namor's, but just a little bit, in that they haven't committed to something interesting for her. Except for, you know, lying luridly among the tennis balls. I feel like there's an innuendo about playing with balls here, but we'll move on.
Alright, how about the Dracula one?
Yeah, that's right. Let's have a palate cleanser, hopefully. Oh my gosh, she steps on little baddies like little amazing staircases. Huh, that was very soft. But it was very fun thematically, because this feels really cute and agile. Which I think is a fun take for her ninja-like capabilities, is just like showing this kind of like ninja step, but on vampire bats.
Yep.
This is definitely one of my favorite costumes so far.
Yeah, I expected it would be.
And you know, this one's like a nice mix of, she gets to be cute, like the dress is incredibly cute and sexy, but also like she's athletic and a warrior in battle. And you know, I like this much better than the tennis one. I feel like I can judge the tennis one even harsher now because of how bad the MVP is at the end. Because like again, I think that concept of undercover as a superhero, like when we were talking about some of the Captain America concepts there of, you know, being on a football team or whatever, or, you know, being a part of college life, that, you know, like just the fact that they just did like, oh, she's a cute pinup girl at college, it was just such a boring take. I'm like, what if she was in the science department or some other thing that speaks to her character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like maybe like, oh, she's back in her own body now. She gets to like experience college life. Maybe she's just like, you know, like the stereotype of like the nerdy slob. You know, like she's wearing, you know, because she looks a little messy in some of her fits. Like, you know, maybe she has like a saggy, oversized hoodie and is carrying like a laptop and her weapon is, you know, like something like a ruler or something. Like she's going to art school. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's just like seems like Antennas is fine too, but the costume didn't really fit very well, and the colors don't match the school colors. Because I could see her in like a red tennis outfit. That would have been really striking, pulling all the purples and stuff from her regular outfit. That would have been kind of cool. But instead we got whatever it was. And even this couldn't palate cleanse me for how mad it made me. And this is like my favorite shit ever is gothic bullshit, little vampire baddies, an actual baddie, and doing like magical shuriken knives. What are those called when they're the knives?
Kunai?
Kunai, yeah. And, you know, killing Dracula. Even that couldn't make me forget the wrongs. The background's cool too, because you can see it's got like the Asian style architecture. Which makes it kind of fun too, so you think about like this event as a global Dracula event, like that people around the world are, you know, vampire fighting. Mm-hmm. And it's very cool. I like this MVP a lot too, it's really nice. Playful and has a really good end illustration.
Alright, up next is her classic-ish outfit.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's sick as hell. Mm-hmm. You know, this end illustration also illustrates really well where I was saying, like, less is more, because it covers up all the cutouts that are on this outfit, and the pose is very solid and clean, and, like, that looks really good, doesn't it?
Yep.
They really should just go back and just fill in all the cutouts with just, like, a dark color or something. It would look a lot better. But it still looks very cool and it's very fun. And again, I think the belt looks better when the rest of the outfit is simpler. This is a very buggy looking butterfly though. Like, it is very creature. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's, and the moon behind it, very, very good. This is actually a very good MVP for ones that don't have a background. Like, I love the pose of the wide shot where she's like standing here and like you can see the wind like blowing the tassels of her belt and things around. Very cool.
Alright, pirate time.
Alright, see what they did with the pirate. Maybe I'll like it more with some more context.
She has lost herself to the void of space.
Pretty much. She's just like, oh, star imploding? Let me go attack a black hole real quick. BRB.
What does she do with her legs here?
She's got like a lot of... She's very dancer-like. Almost. This is like the cat pose, honestly, where it's like straight leg, straight arm, but then the rest of everything else is bent. So it looks a bit like cat-like in pose. But the way she twists her legs and then spins around when she steps up makes me feel like it's very dancer-like. See, like spin, spin, spin. It's very cute. I still don't think it makes me fall in love with the pirate outfit, but I do like the way they presented it. Imagine how sick that would have looked with a tail, like a long coat.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Telling you, long coats are the way to go. They should do a thing where like all the girls have long coats and all the boys have like crop tops for pirate gear. Balance that, which has been unbalanced for so many decades.
All right, and Formula R.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be like a... Oh, what's that one? With Kira. Akira. I forgot the Akira. There's a film I still haven't seen, actually.
I haven't watched it in like 20 years. I remember it being good, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have not got the right set of circumstances to actually sit and watch it. Lack of access. And they do have like, oh, she's racing cars? Shit,
Yep.
girl. No wonder she has to have her pussy out. Jeez. Is this like making an implication that she's having sex with the motorcycle? It is one of those like lights where you're supposed to time on a certain light before you go. It's really fun and actiony though. Like I like the spin and the special effects. Also, it shows her racing up to the start line. It's like she's not part of this race. She's just jumping in because she can. Like she's breaking through a glass window, so it's like it does make it very vigilante. I am joining this race because I want to, and I didn't sign up to join. For the thrill of it. It's been a long time since I watched like a car race genre. I should get back on that. I think it was like a few years ago I watched a Red Line. That's a really intense build.
Alright, so do you have a favorite MVP?
Ooh. Let's see. I was thinking like the disco one was playful. Tennis. Oh my gosh! Even the logo of the tennis one is her doing the pose.
Oh my god, it is.
Ah, it's terrible. They knew. I don't know what that one was. That's oh, the pirate one. That's right. I think the strongest two was the Psylocke retro skin and the vampire one, because I really like the posing in the throwback skin, and I think this is like a really cool transition between the animation and the final pose. Like it's very ninja. It's what I wanted the whole time. And then I really like the playfulness and the motion in this one, because like you see the bat, and then just the way she bounces off of them, showing how light stepped she is and like dexterous. And this is like a really cool end pose. I just realized though, is her top of her outfit a little different in the end illustration? It looks like it's a little thicker lined, but it is pretty much the same. I also just like the texturing on the moon. I just realized the moon's the only background element in this MVP too. Actually, the rest of it is the generic background. That's how good it was. I didn't even notice till like the third rewatch. Yeah, this was my favorite for sure.
I figured it might be. Do I need to even ask which costume is your favorite?
Well, it's not the default this time. What was the other choices? We had the beach outfit, but I felt like it was too close to Mantis's. The racing outfit was definitely novel. And I thought the disco one was pretty fun too. I'll wait for this one.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. You already did it. It's too late.
Well, I'm already back, so too late.
I just wanted to point out like some of the what I would consider runners up, because it had a nice color palette. It's definitely very sexy. It's very punk. You know, she's like, yeah, say something about it, right? I'll bash you her head in with a bat, because, you know, she's definitely a girl gang. And then the other one, just, I really like the material and the way the rhythm of the belt was, because it's so shiny. It's also very sexy, but I think it's also early on as one of the few outfits that was different, but paid attention to what her default outfit was, you know? In the fact that like the decoration, while it doesn't really scream Psylocke, it is using the scarf, it's using the center butterfly motif, it's using the arm coverings, right? So that's what I appreciate a lot about this design. But as far as like the full package, I really like the Dracula design. I'm not even sure if that's fair, because like it's obviously my style.
It's your thing, yeah.
But it's also just so cool looking. Like, I love the color of the red. I love the mix and match of the outfit and the scrolls and the stakes. And they actually do incorporate her design pretty well. Like, she has the scarf, she has the butterfly motif in her knees, on the stockings. And they are incorporating quite a lot of the Dracula design motif as well. Like, doing the butterfly shape, but it's bat wings now. And I think, too, they nailed the mysteriousness.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish they would have a little more fun with this more stern, but maybe playful, mysterious version of Psylocke. Because I feel like they already have a big roster of sexy women. And, like, maybe she could be cute but dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
Or just, I don't know, some other note. She's... the skins are losing the plot a little bit, I think. Because I'm not sure who she's supposed to be exactly. Besides, you know, that they're telling me that she's Psylocke, but there's only really a handful of costumes that really are sticking to the design motif that she has of, like, the butterfly shape. And in the shape it actually is on the base outfit and not some other butterfly, you know? Because a lot of them have butterflies, but very few of them have the butterfly shape from her base costume. Which I feel like it would be a stronger visual emblem. You know, the same way the Spider-Man logo. You can tweak it a little bit, but it stays very much the same shape overall. Or you go the classic shape and you get the tick. But you know, like, but you know what I mean? Like, they can elongate the legs, they can make it sharper, but you can still know that's a Spider-Man logo, even pulled out of context. And I feel like her power symbol thing does that shape. I think they should use it more. And the scarf and the full arm, the arm coverings that are like all the way up to the elbow. Maybe boots. They seem to keep that pretty often in the short skirt. Whether it's a skirt or a more traditional outfit, they seem to keep that pretty often, but not always. But I definitely think the scarf and the butterfly are the strongest motifs in there. And I think they need to figure her out a little more. I'm sure she's fun to play, and like the costumes are fun, but I feel like some of the stuff is lacking a little bit. Also, I'm just so mad now that I saw the rabbit mask. I thought, how cute would that be on that outfit?
Mm-hmm.
Because before, like, you know, it makes the outfit feel more like a costume, which would probably solve a lot of the disharmonious motifs, and like they didn't really pick a direction to go with the cuteness of the outfit. And then it also feels a little bit like festival, feels a little bit like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, you know? Like, I feel like there could be something there a little more interesting than what they did. And, you know, rabbits are cute animals. They can just go with the cute, you know, cute strawberries, cute tea party, cute, I don't know where grapes came from, honestly. The tea and the strawberries make sense, but then it's like grape all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, I guess. I would thought, you know, it would be like chocolate tea and strawberries, but I guess it's better than like cheese or something.
True.
But yeah, so I don't know. That's just my opinion of the overall what I picked up from this character, just going through the skins, is who is she supposed to be now?
Yeah.
Because they're definitely doing a lot of cute and sexy outfits and stuff like that. But I would like to see more character and personality. Which, you know, characters that have a longer history or a less rocky history, it's, you know, they can kind of lean on that a bit more and be a little more playful with their outfits, and they don't always have to like have the core strength of that character in it because we're too familiar with the characters. You know, like they don't have to show us who the Hulk is because we kind of know, or Spider-Man, or you know, Jean Grey and so on. Mm-hmm. But for other characters that have changed a lot more significantly, they seem a little lost. But maybe that's kind of like the same problem Namor had, is that he's a character that's become less popular and never really got highly popular as far as the bigger cast of characters. And so now they're trying to come back and, like, you know, reinvigorate that character. They don't know where to go with him anymore. And I think the movie retcon was a really interesting idea to go with, because I think it gives a very legitimate point to his anger. But for Psylocke, I don't think Psylocke has had any enough retcons anyway, and development. Which doesn't mean it can't happen. I just don't think it's there enough for the Marvel Rivals team to rely on it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wish some of their costumes kind of leaned more into some of her motifs, like the ninja or the warrior or some other secret third thing, because I really hated the tennis outfit so much. That was so unnecessary. They owe one slutty male costume now. One really slutty male costume. MVP.
Just you wait till we get to Venom.
But Venom's just built like that. It needs to be a male character who's not normally slutty.
Let's wait till we get to Thor then.
Okay. But people are thirsty for Thor.
The thing about Thor is that almost every single, like for a long stretch, every single Thor costume that came out was incredibly homosexual. And it's great, but it is kind of comical.
Yeah. And I'm like, I know it's just one costume in her roster, but when I think about like they're trying to kind of redo this character in a way, like I feel like they need to not lean into the stereotypes about women and that kind of male gaze-ness and kind of pivot more to her as a character.
Yeah.
And that's why it made me so incensed, because I'm just like, you know, I'm trying to get a handle on who she is as a character, and she's just like, ah. And I'm like, okay, assholes. We're going to sit down and have a talk. And I think also, too, like, I think I already talked over and over about the wasted motif of the infiltrating a school. So I'm just like, you made it just do a sexy costume, and that's boring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, it's fine if it was a sexy costume to begin with. Like, you know, if it would have been the racer costume, then I would have been like, yeah, okay, racing is kind of sexy, and she already has her pussy out with the zip down pants. You know, so it'd be like, I guess, right? But the tennis one just was so out of left field. She's all being athletic, and, you know, it's like, pew, 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 and then it's just like, ah. I was like, what the hell happened? Least you could do is have a step on me MVP or something like some of the other women have. The hell? But I digress. This one's really cool. I love the outfit. I love the accessories. I love the shape and design of everything. The color's top notch. The lines and shape and texture is awesome. And I like that they were still able to keep the motifs for Psylocke in the design while still being this creative with the look. Because, you know, costume-wise, it doesn't have a lot in common with her base costume, but motif-wise, they pulled it all together really well.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Alrighty, well that's Psylocke. I'm gonna equip random.
Nice.
And now that we've done Psylocke, we didn't do a lot of Invisible Woman's, we didn't do any of Invisible Woman's skins that have a bunch of recolors because we did her very early on. But we've passed Invisible Woman. We did Luna Snow, who's got a bunch of recolors. And now we've done Psylocke. So the big three for 1,000,000 costumes with 1,000,000 recolors are done. I'm sorry that this one took over 3 hours.
Holy cow.
Time flew by. But up next we have Rocket Raccoon.
Yay! Where's his sexy costume?
According to some people, he's already sexy.
You could say, pander to the furries, let's go!
Alright, well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And we will see you next time.
Goodbye!
Testing.
Testing.
Ah, cold fingers.
So warm.
What is wrong with your circulation?
I have delicate artist hands.
It applies to everything in your limbs.
I have delicate gaming hands. I just have delicate hands.
Ah, that's cold.
It's not warm.